what's up, everyone? What's up, Mike? How are you, sir?
Hey, what's up, Bradley? What's going on, everybody?
Good. You had a good week?
I can't complain too much. You know what I'm saying? All right.
I can always find a way to
You?
complain. Yeah.
I could too.
Let me
I could
complain a
too.
little bit. Let me complain a little bit.
Please do. Please do.
Oh
I'm
man.
gonna be sipping coffee out of my clear bougie cup over here.
What kind of coffee is that? You know?
This right here, this you got to stick your finger out when you drink coffee out of a cup like this. This is an espresso. So just interesting fact, you guys. I used to drink my coffee from a regular old pot until I met Bradley, and he put me on to the finer things in life. So, cheers to you, Bradley. Thank you.
I appreciate that. So, everyone, as you know, our guest for the month is Anna Carolina. Hi, Anna. How are you?
Hi, how are you? I'm good. How are you?
Hey, Anna.
Good.
Oh, for some reason,
you've been everywhere. You've been on like everywhere in the last 2 weeks. So hopefully you're rested and ready to hang out a little bit with us tonight.
Definitely. Yeah. I wouldn't say rested, but definitely ready. I think one of my eyes is like swollen or something. Like it's trying to shut. But other than that, I'm good.
Nice. Nice. Anna's in Fight Club, but she can't talk about it.
She can't talk about it. So this month's project, actually we're going to go a little bit into, the rest of this month. So the 16th is Brazilian folklore. And we'll just go around and just talk about our pieces. And I'll start with you, Anna, if you don't mind.
Talk about our pieces?
Yeah, like what do you,
okay.
What's your project? And
what you doing over
do you remember
this
it?
Year, yeah, it really feels very strange and unusual to get back into this one. But this year is a folkloric or mythological being called Caipora, a spirit that protects the forest and wildlife, nature, and things like that from, hunters and people like that, poachers and people that don't do things in a very nice way. So,
yeah, guys,
I'm going to go for my more like I've kind of last time I did this, I just kind of did a lot of accessories. I just had a good time with that. Today I'm probably going to do some hair, I think. I want to go for more ghostly appearance than I have now. Right now, she just looks like a normal lady. So
Okay.
we're going to go for something a little bit more interesting.
All right. Cool.
nice.
All right, Mike.
I changed mine. I originally was going with. I originally was gonna go with somebody, Matina, Matinta Pereira, and I was gonna do her, right, but she kind of just looked like a witch to me. So I was like, all right, let me get down with Kuka. I think that she's a little cooler. She turns kids to stones, apparently. She torments bad kids. That's kind of a running theme with all of these witches. They all kind of just, it's all, everybody just does the same thing. But yeah, so it's a good time for me to do this because I just, even though I'm not a fan of, and please insert hate here, I'm not a fan of Moon Knight, but I did like the last episode where they finally did something after 7 episodes, and they had a crocodile god that I'm going to be using as reference as well for this. So that's it.
Cool.
How about you, Bradley?
I am figuring out how to switch the screen. I am. So my character is Lebedism, which is a werewolf. So my goal tonight. So this is where I left off. I took the liberty of taking some of my own advice, and I took Brad Goatman's rigging course, and I was able to rig this guy up real nice. Thank you, Brad. And after rigging him, I'm going to work on his face a little bit tonight. Probably do some texturing to the skin because my goal is to pose him here and do some X-Gen here and bring the pose back into ZBrush. So wish me luck.
Nice. And good job picking up rigging, or at least the what you needed to do in a day, dude.
In a day, yeah.
Not too shabby.
So
That's
yeah,
hey, listen,
Brad did an excellent
Bradley,
train. Like not for nothing, Brad's tutorial is amazing. It's absolutely
and
amazing.
and maybe we'll throw a link up at the end of the show for you guys to pick that up if you're interested in doing some
Yep.
rigging yourself. Yep.
So cool.
Cool. All
Pencils up,
right,
everyone.
let's do it. What happened to the music, Bradley?
Oh, I'm so sorry. Let me do this. Let me do this. Do you hear it now?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
All right, so Anna was going to tell us about her wild and crazy Vegas trip. She was off the chain, and most of what happened in Vegas is going to stay in Vegas, but she's going to give us some insider baseball on this. So please tell us.
Okay.
See, I was gonna warm you up a little bit. Ask how your week's been going, how's business, and
I
then
want to
say
know. I
Vegas.
just want to hop into it. I just want to hop into it.
I was in Vegas for about 47 hours. In that time, I did 2 lectures in ZBrush. If I had to guess, I'd say almost 20,000 people saw that. No
Damn.
pressure for me, right? Mm-hmm.
Yeesh.
Yeah. Then went to 2 parties. Rode in a party limo for the first time.
Okay.
Wait. For the first time, you've never been in a party limo before?
Never been in a party limo.
Oh
Only
my
boring
gosh.
limos, never fun limos. Yeah. I met a ton of motion graphics artists that
Nice.
kind of like opened up my eye to a whole other side of like the 3D field that I haven't paid much attention to, but should.
Mhm.
Especially now that they all have access to ZBrush. Let's see what else. Did Top Golf and lost tremendously.
Fun though, right? You had a
Oh,
good
yeah.
time.
Mm-hmm.
Did you drink while you were playing golf? Because that's the best part of it. Like,
Yeah, maybe.
nice.
It helps the bitterness of the embarrassments go away. Well, actually, like that was just the actual presentations themselves helped with that, because I was pretty nervous actually when I did them, and now I feel like I could do anything and not feel embarrassed. At least for like another
25
month.
people.
Was it live? Like, did they have anyone in the audience? I know it was streaming, but
Yeah.
were there people like in the audience?
Mhm.
How
There- it
big was
was-
the arena? Like, I wasn't there, so I want to know what did it describe the venue and how was it?
So it was on the show floor. So Maxon had a huge
Okay.
booth, like double decker. On one side it had like seats and stuff for presentations. The other side it had like demo stations. It was not the hugest crowd ever, right? But I honestly, I blacked out for most of it. I don't remember how many people must have watched, but like around like maybe 30 people must have been there in person. Plus everybody that like would stop by and glance, walk away, and then quite a few live. I don't know how many people watched live, but the YouTube recordings of all of that have like a lot of views. So they
Nice.
watched it after, at the very least.
Okay.
For the first presentation, I was extremely nervous. And then afterwards, I was like pretty proud of myself. I'm like, I nailed it, got it, got it just fine. Then for the second presentation, it happened to be at 9:30 in the morning after Maxon took us all partying. And
Nice.
I was not nervous at all because, I was just not in that headspace at that moment, But I got nervous after. I started overthinking. I was like, oh my God, did I did I embarrass myself? Honestly, I don't know. I still don't know the answer to that, and I haven't had the courage to watch the video. So the presentations were about how to like speed up your workflow in ZBrush, and one of the cool things that I got to do was just basically like really brainstorm like the coolest, juicy looking features of ZBrush that make you work really fast, and I did those. So I showed nano mesh, Sculptures Pro, things like that people love.
Okay.
Um,
So, how did the trip come about? Where did Paul and those guys reach out to you? Did Maxon reach out to you? How did you kind of reach out to them?
oh man, there's a lot of twists and turns in the story. I feel like I should tell you after the stream's over.
Oh, okay, okay, all right,
Uh,
all right, cool.
but it was nice.
But long
I
story
really
short, you
enjoyed it.
arrived. You arrived and you enjoyed it.
I enjoyed
Nice.
it. Yeah, it was a kind of a big career moment for me, especially because I'm trying to get more into doing hosting and trips and live lectures like that.
Mhm.
So this is like kind of the season opener for me, I think. And I would love to do more. I've been in talks with some other like conventions and things to do. Um, and especially like once the book comes out, I would love to do like an informal book tour,
What's up?
in which I'd like go to certain like conventions, maybe like in Brazil. I even had talks with somebody who like does certain talks at GDC and stuff, and I would like to try, if I can, to have some talks there too.
Nice.
No, let's
Well,
not get our. I'm not gonna get my hopes up because you know how it is.
I think that listen,
Into existence, right?
you will things into existence. So I feel like it's going to happen for you. You threw it out there. It's in the ether, and somebody's going to be like, "Hey, you know who we need for this? We need that amazing Anna Carolina to hit us up for this. Let's reach out." So
Let's hope for it.
you're good. Hey, I'll tell you what, if you're anything like me, you probably have the bug now. And I felt the same way when I did my South American tour for Wacom and just got up on stage and was going from school to school and stuff. And I really was just like, when I came back, I said, I want to do this all the time now. And then the pandemic happened. So I'm just like, all right, great. Now I'm not doing it at all, which sucks. But I got the
You
bug,
still
you know?
you still want to do it though?
Oh my gosh, are you kidding? I would love to do a college tour, like a speaking tour here, just go
I
around from
mean,
state to state and do my thing.
I
Be
may or may
great.
not know one person that works at a very well-known college that could make that happen, no problem.
That would be amazing. See,
Yeah.
I just willed something into maybe something happening.
Yeah.
Look at that. Look at
And
that.
the students would love it. They would love it.
What?
Yeah.
Nice.
Students are always telling me how they want to learn more ZBrush and do more character stuff. So
See? Nice.
yeah.
So while you were getting 20,000 views on your thing, I didn't do anything. Bradley, what'd you do? I didn't do
I
anything at all.
survived COVID. I survived COVID. I was battling a little bit. Not as
Nice.
bad as my wife. My wife, it was pretty bad. Thank God she's okay now. But yeah, we had the cold. It's real. It's not pretend.
It's not gone.
Not pretend.
It's not gone.
No, it's still around. It's still around.
So after hearing Bradley's story, I decided to go and get my second booster shot. So I realized I'm not getting COVID for nobody. I don't care. I know a lot of people who are getting it. My daughter is just like out living her best life while everybody around her is getting sick. I'm like, oh hell no. So I was like, nah.
Let's see. B's like, we're gonna talk about that ODB statue though.
Oh, ODB, son. Yeah, shame on me if I don't do that. So in the background, I don't know if you guys can see it. I got the box back there. I haven't opened mine yet. However, good friend of the show and rigging sensation Brad Grotman not only got his already, he unboxed it and put it together, and so super happy with that joint. Oh, if you haven't seen it, I'll do a quick plug right here. It's my show.
If you can't do it on your show, you can't do it anywhere.
Exactly. Dirty bastard. Over here. see. Yeah, so here is the statue. I don't know if I have the big screen or not. I can't see, but here's the statue. And man, oh man, the painter on this went berserk. So this is it's a nice big statue, like diorama, and pretty proud of myself. I always said that I was terrible at bases, but I actually did pretty much the idea of this base after I got a sketch from those guys and ran with it. So anyway,
Mike,
ODB.
I'll tell you. Now that your ODB's out, you know, now I can say this out loud. I can put this out in the ether right now.
Okay.
I didn't know that much. Only thing I knew about ODB growing up is that he did a song with Mariah Carey. You know, I didn't know that much. You know,
This is what happens when you are so young.
like
You're so
me
young.
and Mariah.
You go back like babies and pacifiers. Go back like Bradley and pacifiers. Exactly.
Yeah,
that's how it goes.
I didn't like. I'm like, he did more stuff outside making a song with Mariah Carey.
Terrible that you said that.
You know, these
Terrible
are things
that
I don't
you
say.
said that.
These are things I don't say in front of my wife because she'll be like, "That's why you're from Louisiana." It's like that's why you're
Nice.
from Louisiana. It's like you don't know anything.
That's always good to hear. From your
It's okay.
spouse.
It's okay. It's okay. Hey, but as long as one of us knows something, I'm gonna be all right.
There you go. There you go. That's the whole point. As long as she knows.
Yeah, as long as
she knows.
like only one of us actually have to know something. Only one.
That's right. That's right. So you weren't familiar with Wu-Tang Clan?
So here's the thing. I am very familiar with Wu-Tang Clan. I knew RZA and which one was it? Red or Meth that was in it? One of them was in it.
It was.
And that's pretty much where where my knowledge stopped. You know.
Yeah. It was Redman. Redman was in the Wu-Tang Clan. Yes.
You know, one of them. One of those dudes.
And Tupac was also in the Wu-Tang Clan. It's true.
No, he wasn't. I'm not going to
100%. It's facts.
let you do that.
I'm kidding. Shame on you, Bradley. Bruh. B is going berserk on you right now.
B has some fantastic news, by the way. So proud of B. If anybody if you had a chance to ever be around B or in our Discord or even in IR Sculpt's Discord, like B works his ass off. That man is like always sculpting something, always learning something. And I am very proud of B. Like B.
Tell me the news. What's the news? Tell me the news.
B. He can text it if he puts it in writing. I'll read it.
Okay. All right.
Mysterious.
You guys holding out? I know. Like Anna and I are here. That's not cool. You guys not sharing?
B is like I'm so proud of him. He's like, I got hired, big homies. He finally got a job in the industry.
Where is it at? Where's it at? Can you say? See, this is why we need to coordinate. We got to coordinate before the show.
At a studio in Toronto.
Okay. I think all the studios are in Toronto, aren't they?
No, they're not. They're not. They're in Texas. They're in Texas. Majority of them are in Texas.
Congratulations, man. Congratulations, B.
Yeah, congratulations, B. To meet you also.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations.
Just so you know, Anna, like I think between you, Mike, all you guys at Maxon, like B like follows all of you and he's learned from like so many people. So like he's gotten good really, really fast and he's picked up on like everything. Almost everything. I've seen him go from like learning Marvelous Designer to Substance to like all his really improving his technical skills and like he's really good and he's gotten it done really fast.
That's what's up. Oh, Anna, I wanted to ask you back to your story, by the way. So, and of course, obviously, you know, you're going to be complimentary, but what were the guys like at Maxim? We all know what Paul and Joe used to be like very fun, happy dudes. Are the Maxim people cool? Like super cool?
Yeah. I didn't know what to expect. Like,
Okay.
I thought it was gonna be like corporate, and all of
Uh-huh.
that.
Uh-huh.
But actually, they gave me the warmest welcome I think I've ever had, ever.
Nice. Nice.
Industry-wise, not industry, like it was such a warm welcome. Like, everybody was, super nice, just
Mm-hmm.
so happy to be there, like having a good time, and um, like they only greet with hugs.
Okay. Little scary right now, but that's good too, I guess. I'd be greeting like this, give him a little bit of this.
Elbow.
What's up? What's good? It's good. You can hug my elbow with your elbow tip. There you go.
I know. I do somewhat trust in the booster though, because I went to GC, and
Uh-huh.
the crowds were awful. Everybody was wearing a mask at the convention center, but not anywhere else. Like
Of
people were
course. Of
just
course
doing all
not.
their things, right?
Yeah.
And I was super scared the whole time, but
Yeah.
I didn't even get normal colds. Like it was fine. And I was like,
Good.
oh my God, like that's awesome. Like maybe I can put the booster to the test in Vegas. So I did, and again, fine, no nothing. And I had
Nice.
COVID like in 2020,
Uh-huh.
right at the end of the year,
Okay.
and I got it really easy too. It was like I went out of the house one time to go to a meeting in
Mm-hmm.
person. Everybody was 6 feet apart and wearing masks, and I got COVID. But I
Ah,
didn't, like, ever since the booster, like everything's good, and I'm
okay.
like I kind of believe in it now, like
That's good.
um not to, but yeah, like I wasn't so scared because of that, and it was fine.
Cool.
But they're really, really, just really lovely people. Like I was surprised, and now I'm very happy with it. Like, yeah,
It's interesting
definitely.
when you meet folks that are at a company that you have known about for a long time, or even like artists or entertainers or stuff like that, and you see that they're just regular people, like cool regular people. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Um, I've done that in the past, and you just don't expect. I don't know what you expect. Like you just put things in your mind, like, oh man, these people are going to be. It's going to be tuxedos at the table and all that. And no, they're just wearing regular ass clothes. And
Hmm.
I remember one year I went to a New York Comic Con, and I was working at the Wacom booth. And then when it was out and when it was over, I just expected to go back to my hotel and chill until the next day. And they were like, "Hey, Mike, why don't you come out to dinner with us?" And went out to dinner. It was like the whole Wacom, like international group was there. Like everybody was there, and it was amazing. Like food was great. People were really, really cool, and I networked my behind off. So that's always really cool.
Yeah, it's really neat. I felt really reassured. Like, you know.
Things are going to happen for you now. Did you
Yes,
play around with like Redshift or anything while you were there, or no?
no, no.
Okay.
But I did get a lot of people offering to teach me in exchange for learning ZBrush.
Okay, that's
So I
good.
might be learning soon.
See, man, I'm telling you, I played around with Redshift. It's dope. It's
I
very
wanna
dope.
I really need to use it because it's gonna like upgrade my renders easily, I think.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, I can't wait to try it out.
That being said,
Um,
I did not. I put on all new software on my computer at one point, and I didn't put Keyshot on here, and I paid for a few versions of Keyshot and the bridge through ZBrush through Pixelogic. So tonight I went to install it, and it's no longer, you can't install from Pixo anymore, but they still have your license thing there. But I went to Keyshot and downloaded it, and I can't get it to work. So I'm like, ah, man, Luxion made this difficult. I'm sure it's because now we have a new render engine, but
could very
that was
well
a bummer.
be.
I paid for it, so that's kind of a bummer.
Yeah, yeah.
So Anna, before you get too into Redshift, I probably need to get a crash course in Unreal. If you got when you get some time.
Okie dokie.
Did you guys see the new there's renders for Last of Us and like all these Capcom Tomb Raider and Dino Crisis. They did them in Unreal 5. Have you guys seen those?
Yeah, I've seen the ones that you linked to me. It was pretty dope.
Oh my gosh, they're so amazing. I was like, man, I want to play Last of Us again, but with the Unreal 5 engine. That joint looked amazing.
Thinking because I've been asked to do the beta for the Zolo plugin for Unreal 5, I was probably gonna push this guy into Unreal for my render.
Very cool.
Nice, do that. And then I can help here on stream live.
That sounds like
snap.
pressure. That sounds
Oh,
like
that
pressure.
sounds good to me.
It
Do
is
it tonight,
pressure.
Bradley. Bradley, let's do it right now.
I like to ask
Right now.
dumb questions privately.
It's true. He does it with me all the time.
No such a thing as dumb question, okay?
You can tell that to your students, okay? But I know for a fact there's
Actually,
some dumb
the
questions.
standards for them are different because normally, like, if I already explained it, then maybe that's.
Because I have a talent. I can come up with some dumb questions. Ask Mike.
It's true. He's good at it. This is mutant power.
You're enjoying this a little bit too much, Mike. I choose to be the heel of the show. Okay.
If you feed me the ball, I have no choice but to dunk it. I'm just saying, don't set up the dunk for me, dude. Do we say hi to everybody in the chat, Bradley?
Mari Cat said hello. I put it up there.
Hey, Mari Cat.
Mary Cat.
Hello.
Actually, we have fixed my portfolio. Oh, I fixed your portfolio when? Sorry, I'm like reading chat. Sorry, Bradley.
No. Where was it?
B says, actually, Anna, we have met. You fixed my portfolio. And I'm here wondering where.
Please explain.
Yeah.
See, you had a hand in his employment.
Oh. Am I gonna get a Christmas card though? Is the real question.
That B, you got to send her a Christmas card. Actually, just send her a screenshot of your first paycheck.
Oh yeah. Like actually, that's not something I would mind. You know, I'd like to see that.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Like everyone could always tell you about, oh, I got the opportunity, but like, did you get your paycheck though?
Yeah.
I think it just froze ZBrush a little bit. That's what I get for trying to do weird things.
Hello. Let's see. Hello. Let's see. B says a few months ago I have the blue. Oh, you probably critiqued his barbarian guy that he did.
I thought it was floating. Must have been during a critique stream, yeah. Love critique streams. Fun and good.
Do you have are all your spots full for your mentorship?
Yeah, unfortunately. But I still have room in the workshop.
I just wanted to make sure because I know we didn't want to push because Mike has started opening up some of his spots for his mentorships, and we wanted to make sure all your spots got filled before we started publicizing his.
Oh no, quite honestly, like there's room for everybody, right? Like we both, first of all, we're gonna attract different people, right? Like um you have a style, I have a style. We both have different personalities that people relate to differently. Like I totally don't compete as far as like feeling like we're competing for the same people. Does that make sense?
No, makes no sense at all.
Yeah,
Mike,
You want my clients?
She said your people are not as good as her people. So
we are bitter rivals, Anna. We are bitter rivals. We must fight to the death for our student. No, I'm just kidding.
You don't want me as your rival, my man.
Oh my god! I don't like the way you said that. I don't want you as a rival. I don't want you as a rival. Change the subject, Bradley. Change the subject. Change the subject.
We got to go off. We got to go off. He's like,
nice.
He's like, you don't want to come at me, bro.
You don't want none of this. I may seem nice and sweet. You don't want none of this, son.
No, it's actually kind of true. Like I like being nice and like getting along with people, but I can't let things go normally.
Oh no.
So like if one person offends me like one time, I will remember that forever. Yeah.
Forever. They're dead to you. Yeah. Nice.
Well, not dead, because I mean they will be, but
you can't torment them if they're dead. Nice. Oh my god. A very dark side to our guest. We don't normally get that on the Stylus League, you guys. Enjoy.
Enjoy. No, I just like, I personally don't like conflict, and I don't like, I don't know. Let's change the topic. I just don't like having a hard time, I like peace. Nobody has to give me a hard time, but if you choose to, it's not good for anybody.
See?
Oh, all right, let's change the fight music. Let's change the fight music.
Play the song that plays whenever you encounter a opponent in Pokemon.
And Anna's like, the earrings come off, Vaseline goes on the face. What you want? Let's go. Let's do this.
I say, hold on. I compulsively read chat, FYI, guys. Like, just so you know,
dude.
Sometimes when I'm working on my own, I'll still look over to the side, wondering if chat said anything, and then realize that I'm not streaming. But yeah,
I'm just happy you can see it, because last person we had Shane on. Shane said he couldn't see the chat at all. I'm like, I didn't do anything different.
It's probably because he was looking. He was probably looking. I was doing the same thing earlier. I was like, "Where's chat?" It's because I was looking in the StreamYards, not YouTube.
So you can't see it in StreamYard. Okay.
No.
Oh, if you. Oh, okay. So you can't see comments on there.
Mm-mm.
Maybe it's just.
It only says private chat right in the center.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go, Bradley.
Someone finally took the time out to help me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if I'm feeling this. I tried trying something out for like a grass skirt, but
What are you thinking about for the pose?
I was thinking like a crouched situation.
Wait,
so
like
I'm
what kind
trying
of situation?
to keep like crouched.
Okay. Tell me this. So what is she? Is she like a goddess or a demon or a deity? What is she? She's a good guy, right?
Like a deity. Yeah, we were talking about her like the other day, where I was like, I'm not sure if good and bad apply here. Like it depends on what side of the field you're on, right?
Sure.
Personally, I think she's a good guy, but she could be a bad guy for some people.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd say she's like a deity, like spirit manifestation or something like that. I'm not sure about the backstory. I'm not even sure if there is one,
Oh, come on. There's got to be one. There's got to be a backstory.
Here, let me search it up.
You one of those people that life has to make sense.
Get backstory. Like what kind of there has to be some lesson to be learned from all of these people. And if there's no backstory, it's like, well, whatever. She just does what she does, you know?
Yeah, he just never says.
Wait, let me see. Yours is which one?
Caipora.
Yeah.
It just says what she does. Like whenever I search for her origins, it just says like what like the word means and what tribe she came that her myth came from. It doesn't say what her history.
You're doing Caipora. Okay, so she is the cigar smoking. See, your girl looks way better than this one I have on my screen here. Mine rides boars, smokes blunts, and has backwards feet. So I don't know what kind of beauty salon kind of version of her you have, but mine
a
is
lot of the concepts are like that, right?
Yeah.
So mine is in an epic. Mine is in an epic battle against the vampires for
and Kate Beckinsale.
yeah, it was like
yeah. Okay, so yours is a trickster, Anna.
Protector of the forest, perhaps through tricks.
For real, she tricky.
Tricky. I think it's so old that, and like so derived from the oral tradition that nobody really knows. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna. Yeah, there's no real. I'm still looking. I spend the rest of the stream Googling this.
It's like there's no rhyme or reason.
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of creativity
tackled on stage. Yeah, I saw that craziness.
Yeah. So that dude got stomped in the back of the stage. That's crazy. He had didn't he have like a switchblade gun or something?
He had like a plastic gun
with a flip out knife or something on it.
I don't know, but I don't think Dave Chappelle was joking when he said he stomped him out in the back. I think he probably
listen.
He wasn't joking. I saw in the news thing that the guy ended up going to the ER.
Did you see his arm was backwards? How did that happen? His arm was backwards.
His body parts got rearranged.
Yeah, it was crazy.
They really stomped. I thought that was a joke, but he really stomped.
No, he got stomped.
No, he did.
So this is my thing. This is why Will Smith attacked Chris Rock and not Dave Chappelle. 100%.
Chris Rock was there, and then he got to go on the stage after, and he made a joke, and he goes,
"He said, was that Will?
Was that Will Smith?"
Yeah.
And I think that's the best comeuppance he could have gotten. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just it was classy, and everybody praised Chris Rock for not fighting back.
Mm-hmm.
But I also equally praise Dave Chappelle for fighting back.
Oh my God! I wish. No. Okay, let me stop. Okay. Anyway, let me change the subject. I'm gonna say something I can't take back. Let me stop. I'm gonna take it.
Don't you wish that, Ricky Bobby? Don't you wish that?
Yeah.
Need to make a tongue.
I don't know. It's like there seems to be a lot of praise of elegance of not fighting back if somebody fights you. I don't know.
I mean,
Anna, you came to the right street. You in the right place. You in the right house. I like a little. We like a little hostility. But,
Anna, I'm getting
control.
I'm learning something about Anna that I did not know. She's not the one, just so you guys know that. Please don't mistake kindness for weakness.
I don't know.
And
Like, I think you bring
apparently,
it out of them because we brought the whoop ass out of Ashley too. Like,
oh God, I never thought. Hey, listen, there was never any doubt that Ashley was going to go ham on somebody if they crossed her.
Yeah,
That was
I
never,
wouldn't
that was
say
never
that's
a
a
question.
surprise. Yeah.
Yeah, that was never a question.
Like, even Ashley brought the whoop ass out. Like, I'm like, okay, all right.
I just personally think like it sounds like a long-term trick to get people to be compliant.
Yes.
What's that? Taking the high road?
Yeah.
I mean, listen, the older version of me understands the reason for that, right? Like you know, or a year-old Mike can appreciate the fact that you don't always whoop somebody's ass if they step to you wrong. 21-year-old Mike, even though I wasn't out there scrapping like that, maybe not so much. You know what I mean? However, I really wish that Will Smith had done that with Dave Chappelle. Okay, I'm done. I'm not going to say anything else. Say anything else.
If Dave Chappelle ever does the Oscars, they'll have to put security on the stage, but to keep
But not
whoever
for
wants to
him.
attack him safe.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
This is another thing, right? Like, why are they always letting people just walk on stage on those things? Like when Kanye West did that one thing to Taylor Swift.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Like, just if it's not scripted, don't let him on. It's that easy.
Let's see. Can you guys bring in the sculptor from the ZBrush critique session as guests? Huh?
What sculptor are you talking about?
There's somebody
sculptor?
on there that does do critiques. I think it might be Spicer. I think it's Spicer.
We have all the support we need with critiques, you know. If you go to if you want to critique, you can always reach out to Mike or ask for a critique in our Discord. If you don't have access to our Discord, if you go to our YouTube, on the YouTube description, you'll see a link for our Discord, and there's a 3D section there. You can always ask for critiques there, and Mike and I are in there often, and just ask the community, and you'll get it. We have a lot of great artists in our Discord.
I used to do critiques all the time, but I ran out of time. You know, critiques take a while to do. Like a good critique.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, I get tired. Plus, I do it all the time as a job. Doesn't help. Critique fatigue.
I notice that if the person really wants a critique, then I'll take as long as it takes to give it to them. It's a lot of people that say they want a critique. They really just want you to give them a pat on the back. And it's like, you got to be, and this goes with like, this is not just people who are just getting into it, but like, even me sometimes I'll reach out to Bradley. Hey, Bradley, what do you think of this? And Bradley's like, yeah, I think you should. I'm like, no, son. No, say it looks good. Say it looks good. That's what I want. And he'll be like, oh, it looks great, Mike. I'm like, hey, thanks, man. Thank you. Thank you. So,
And then I end it with, that's why I hate you.
yeah, he does every time.
I hate you. We were just having a philosophical conversation about like when you should give a critique or like unwanted critiques. Because sometimes we have like, you know, sometimes we have people that just post because they want to post. But I think like someone has to clearly say, what do you think?
Yeah. That's kind of, to me,
that's critique.
Yeah, that's kind of not, I mean, especially when you have somebody who's not especially confident about their work, and they post a piece and they get like this really super long analysis of why they didn't do it right. I used to hate that when I was coming up, you know what I mean? And yeah, if you ask for it, sure. If not, then just say, cool.
Agreed.
Like that's why I stopped putting like what was there's like a there's a community on Facebook, and whenever I
Tony's
put a
thing?
like I
Is it Tony's
well,
Tony's group?
it's like I think I think it was like 10,000 hours or something like that, or something like I used to just like
Oh
put
yeah, I know
whip.
that place. Yeah.
Yeah, I just used to put like whip there. I just put like whip work in progress. So like I didn't ask for. I just want to just post what I'm doing. But
Not the
now
right place for
what's
that.
great, yeah. But my Instagram is like I put whip on there and that's it. Like sometimes you just want to like put an idea out there and
Mhm.
see and just feel it. Just
Yeah.
I don't know.
I honestly like normally I'll take it gracefully, but if I get critiqued while I'm streaming a sculpt that's not done and I didn't ask for it, I know that's normally when it gets to me a little.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Don't you love it, Anna, when you have a student fresh out of high school or fresh out of school that loves to just kind of spew back stuff to you about what you're doing wrong, and then you're like,
I haven't
"Hey,
had that experience yet.
oh, hey, that's dope. What have you done? What do you got going on? What you got going on there? What clients do you have?" And they're like, "Oh, I don't have any clients. I just got out of Full Sail, but I just want to let you know you're totally doing it wrong." I'm like, "Hey, thank you."
It's really easy to art direct sometimes. You know what I mean? And that's one of the things, like backseat art directors. I like to call them that.
It's better than what I call the anatomy people.
What do you call the anatomy people?
Nazis. Anatomy Nazis. Just like, well, you know, your anatomy in this area is not right. The third vertebrae needs to be. Shut up. Yes, for all that.
The thing I don't like is like if I'm sculpting something live and you've seen me do it and you know that I'm like 35 minutes in, it probably isn't time to give feedback yet. You know what I mean? Like it's literally missing part of its limbs and you're telling me that the proportions are wrong. Like, come on, you know what I mean?
Right.
And it's that phenomenon. I don't know about you guys, but let's say I was a teenager or a child and I was about to do something or I was already doing it and my mother walks in the room and says, "Do that thing." Right?
Mhm.
I was already going to do the thing, but now I don't want to do the thing anymore.
Yeah.
Right.
And not to mention you made me feel patronized and like I don't have an original idea, because even if I was going to do the thing before, now it seems like I'm doing it because you told me, right?
Yeah.
Now you're not doing it out of spite. So how you like the thing I was going to do anyway?
I will straight up not do the thing. Bad for all of us.
Good job, mom / ex-spouse. I'm not doing it. How you like me now?
Chaos, anarchy. That's definitely how I feel. So
Jessica totally.
that's I don't. It's a relatable feeling because, like, you know, it's like a childhood thing for a lot of us. My mother, though, she took it to the next level. She would like literally see me in the middle of doing the thing, like making my bed, and then she'd walk up and she's like, "You should make your bed. Why did you never make your bed?" Like with the stuff in my arms, making the bed. You know,
See me making this bed, Mom.
Oh, my mom. I still don't know if she was trolling me. Like,
look what Ashley wrote.
Exactly.
That would never work in a game. Riggers hate you. Oh my god, can we please write an article? Riggers hate this. What you know, like the doctor stuff, like, hey, riggers hate this artist. Find out why in this like clickbait, like continuous article, you know, that you have to like get through all the intro like one page at a time with like 40 ads in it. You guys know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Hey?
That's so funny. We should totally make a Stylus League shirt, like saying riggers hate this.
Ashley Adams, natural prey to or predator to the rigger.
I would wear that shirt.
That would be awesome.
Mm.
Actually, you're gonna retopo that? No, I'm gonna stretch the shit. I'm gonna break this topology, and then I'm gonna give it to you. You're welcome. Get out of here.
I'm going to. It's a vendetta now. I love it. So I stumbled across a very polemic topic today that I would love to talk
Okay.
to you guys about. It came ready.
Okay.
So
Can
somebody I
you?
work with,
This is gonna sound silly. Wait. Can you please tell me what polemic means? What does that mean?
problematic,
Oh,
divisive.
okay.
Yeah.
I knew that.
Yeah.
That was for B. That was actually for B.
I
Go
think
ahead.
it's an uncommon word in English. I just use it a lot in Portuguese.
Okay.
So somebody I work with, like one-on-one, asked me, and they're here actually. Okay, I'll call you out. Asked me about a thing that I had not heard of.
Mhm.
So apparently, some companies now are doing something called an open art test. You guys ever heard of an
Okay.
open art test?
Is that where
No.
you draw the turtle off the back of the matchbox, and then they say you got the job or not?
Basically,
I just dated
I think
myself.
so.
Nobody knows what that means. When
No,
I
but,
was
like,
little, we had a
seriously.
turtle test.
Like not just that, but like, you know, whenever you're doing like a competition for like Coca-Cola or something, like design our next logo, and then they get like, you know, that like that.
Yeah.
So an open art test, I found out, is
Okay.
basically if you want to apply for this position, you have to go through the open art test before you even apply. So basically, you do the work and then you submit the work with your application.
Okay. They don't get to keep the work.
They keep the
Right.
work.
They don't get to use the
Oh.
work.
There's no protection saying they do not get to use it.
Okay, that's bullshit. Please continue.
Like even
So-
before the interview process, like
Even
like-
before. It's
Oh my
just your
God,
application. It's your application that does it. Guys, I have so many notifications on Twitter. Okay, let me share the
Yeah.
camera. I'm still scrolling up. It's like not even loading. Because
What
I
is it
asked
saying?
Twitter what they thought about this. We're still
Right.
going.
Okay.
We're still going. We're still going.
crazy.
2 hours. We're still only 2 hours back on my notifications.
Wow.
Oh wow.
FYI. Okay. So let's see what the people say about this. It has 51 likes, 6 retweets, and I don't know how many. I don't know how to check how many replies it has. God, Twitter's hard. 35 replies. Everybody hates it. That is the even Ashley responded 3 hours ago, right? It's a waste of the participants' time and energy as it's at its best. A free-for-all artist battle royale at its worst. Nah, hard pass. I think they're just farming you guys for assets at this point. Like, you know, I think it's a scam. I think they're getting free work.
Yeah, because at that point they could like, let's just say one thing a art test does, if you are talented, like it's designed to weed people who can't do the work out. But if you are a talented artist and you look at things differently, they get free ideas.
Yeah.
And that's problematic. Like, I'm all for an art test, but not just to submit an application, just to, like, that's what your portfolio is for.
Right.
So yeah, but it's okay to do an art test. First of all, this art test, FYI, is a whole character, game ready and textured.
Holy shit.
Their concept art.
Bird. Okay.
Like, it's not even a 1 hour thing. It's like a 1 week
it's a
thing, I
project.
guess, or
Like,
however,
it's a
it depends
project.
on how long. So it's free. But there's a lot of people on Twitter that think it's a good idea. I'm like, oh my God, you guys have not seen the real world if you think that's a good idea. You know what I mean?
So I'll tell you. So here's the thing. I'll tell you why they think it's a good idea. When you have people who are just trying to get in the door and recruiters are not replying to their email or replying to them at all, and it goes into a void, they're willing to do anything it takes to just get looked at. Right. So that like I think when things are like, when your resume is going to, I think that's the worst thing about because, you know, Anna, like 15 years of my life, I've been like an executive of a recruiting firm, and I've done it, and I've hired and I've worked for companies hiring. The thing is, the worst thing about the art community or the 3D design community when going, the fact that recruiters don't reply to anything and it goes into a void, that is a huge problem. uh it's better like, and then it's usually like vague, right? You don't know if it's a bot that replied back to you, or you're lucky if you get that your skill set doesn't meet our requirements.
I understand.
Right.
I used to work at
But
a company that did that actually. So
yeah,
100%. Like
yeah,
I
like
felt so
it's
bad. I tried to fix it and nobody would listen to me.
yeah, like I think that's why people are probably okay with it, because if you're still looking for your opportunity, or if you haven't had a job in the industry, you're willing to do whatever it takes to get looked at.
Hear me
Well,
out.
it's a
Wouldn't sorry, Mike. Wouldn't
no, it's okay.
not hearing back after doing a week or 2 weeks over Earth of work hurt much more than just an
No,
Well,
application that you don't
I'll
hear
tell
back
you
from?
no,
so the thing that stings
no.
about this, right?
Does it
And
hurt?
so to me, the worst part of this, the most egregious part of this is, at the best, they're stealing ideas, right? And they may not necessarily use your work. However, they don't have the creativity to come up with these ideas on their own. And now what they have is they're crowdsourcing whatever their project is, right? And getting it not just a sketch of the idea or whatever. It's a full character model, which is ridiculous. That's one thing. At worst, they're straight up just taking your work and they're going to use it, and there's nothing you can do about it. This is like the next step of work for hire, right? Which is a bullshit concept in itself. So I could see where Bradley is coming from, where sure, you want your stuff to be seen. When I was in illustration and I was putting out my portfolio to companies, and you would wait for weeks to, like, this is back in the day when we couldn't just email stuff. We had to send physical portfolios and wait for weeks to get it back or whatever. You may not hear back. If you're lucky, you would get a nice reject letter, which I got on several occasions. But sometimes you just don't hear anything, and they finally send you the book back, and all of your insecurities are just laid bare or whatever, right? But they weren't taking what was in your book and publishing it. You know what I'm saying? So like, this is way worse than that. So anyway, that's my 2
And
cents.
one person in chat says, one time I did an open test. I never heard back from the company, not even a no. So this person spent hours doing an open art test and didn't even get a no back. So like, there's no contract anywhere that says if you did the art test, we will at least reject you nicely.
Yeah.
No, of course not.
My
So
thing
like,
is, yeah, that's pretty bad. Like, if you took your time to complete the test and submit it, and they say nothing, that's horrible. I get people doing it, or and like at the very least getting the email back. But I think that's that's horrible. That's horrible. But I also completely understand why people would like it, because what's great. I'll tell you what's great if you're looking for a position and they do that. You get directly the type of concept and art that they want to see, right? And I see why you'd be willing to go through that process, because they're literally handing you something that you feel that you can do, and it's not just like ambiguous, like maybe it's in my portfolio. That sucks. That sucks. That
I
sucks a
think
lot,
it's
actually.
a bad practice. I don't know.
Yeah, it
I
sucks.
just think I think that art tests to begin with are something that are already being questioned in the industry. Specifically big art tests that they get to keep, because like normally they get to keep that stuff regardless of whether or not get the
Yeah.
job. And then like doing this an open art test is just like really bad. It seems like you're right, Bradley. Like a lot of the people who like it, um they say that because their portfolio might not be strong,
Mm-hmm.
they would like to do the open art test to kind of show the company that they can do it, because they don't
Yeah.
have a strong portfolio. So that's it. Somebody said at this point I wouldn't care. All I want is a job. Smiley face.
Yep.
Yeah, but you're not being guaranteed a job. That's the whole thing of it, right? Like if you,
It's all about opportunity, though, man. Like they're like when you're trying to chase after something that's very. It's like I think honestly, being in the game industry or art industry, it's like being drafted into like the NBA or the G League, and you want to be in the G League or in the NBA or even on the practice team.
I get it.
So-
I just feel like it's a shell game as to whether the thing is legitimate or not. If
Yeah.
it was, you know how many people hit me up? I mean, I'm someone who's a professional in the industry. I've been doing this a long time. I've got clients. I have people hit me up all the time on some pie in the sky bullshit. And they're just like, yeah. And what I'm finding now, it's a lot of NFT stuff. They're just like, hey, we got this idea. We have this big budget and we want to bring you on to do such and such and this, that, and the other. And I'm like, come on, man. Like, no, I'm not going to do that. There's so many people that
No.
want to, they just, I don't know, man. Like, I get you want to break into the industry, but there's safer ways to do it. I feel like that's my 2 cents. I'll just leave it alone.
I would agree. This one person on Twitter said, I like it better than just being rejected without the chance to prove that perhaps you know more than you're currently showing in your art station. To which I replied, what if you had to do 10 hours of work minimum for every job application you did? Right. Last thing we want is for that to happen, for like that to become the norm, where like you can only apply to one job a week and you do all this labor in the process. Can you imagine that?
No, I can't.
I started off in the t-shirt industry and I had a lot of people have me do work for literally nothing. And they were like, hey, if this blows up, then you're going to get royalties and blah, blah, blah. And then regardless of whether the shirt was popular or not, like there were some shirts I put out there that were like, they showed up on Living Color or whatever, and they sold like tons of them. And I know for a fact they sold a lot of them. And they would always tell me the same thing. Oh man, they're not selling. I'm like, can I see the sales reports? Oh yeah, we don't have one. I'm like, man, fuck you, dude. Like for real, this is what you're doing to me right now. So that's why I feel like this is that, but for a new generation of people. Like it's that whole, hey, give me the work. And there's a chance that I'm going to put you on later. And they know they're not going to do that.
No. I could talk about that topic for some time as well. No, it's just not good, not right, unethical AF. Right?
Yep.
I frankly I knew that when I put it on Twitter, I knew everybody was going to agree with me, and I was like, "There's no way anybody's not going to agree with me." And then I was surprised.
Yeah.
Like people actually think this is a good idea. Like super surprised. Because yeah, I don't think it's good. Like that's why you have a portfolio, right? You have a portfolio to showcase what you can do. You can do a short art test, see if you can like match their style, do things fast. Maybe they're wondering if you're lying in your portfolio or something.
But I also think like with all these, so I think a couple things like with the consolidation of a lot of the studios, they're going to get bigger, and the best way for all these studios to start making up their money is to start generating new IPs, right? And also being able to get ideas and inspiration, and some of these studios may not know what direction they might be doing one thing now, but they might want to do something later, and they're not sure what they want to do, right? But one thing you could be sure about is the type of talent you stack up. And it goes to like having good communication from the companies on what they plan to do, what their plans are in the future, being open about their direction, and at least a good recruiting team that's saying, hey, let's like, what do you guys need right now? What do you need in the future? And let's start looking for that, because I do think the thought of just, oh, let me make what the studio is doing now, I don't think that's like the way. If they need to keep making money, they need to not keep making what they're doing now. They need to start thinking about what they're going to do later too.
I mean, if you're relying on a lot of goodwill from these people, and I'm just saying that the folks that are asking for this type of work, I'm going to go out on a limb and say that they're not good actors.
Yeah.
I mean, and this is somebody who, like, I'm no expert in what's going on, and there may be somebody who's out trying to, they're doing it the right way or whatever, but by and large, I think that these people are trying to steal people's ideas and work and IP, and they will repurpose it, and you're going to be left out there in the cold. But you can't tell folks things, like even with my kids, I could have made the same mistake they made, and I'll tell them about it, and they'd be like, that was just you, Dad, and they'll learn. I was that way,
Yeah.
I agree. And I don't trust anybody, like, just by default.
Nope.
It's not good to trust certain people, certain type, like, I don't know, like, people that want you to do free work for them. Like, that by default puts you on my do not trust list.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just recently I had a call with somebody who wanted to hire me to do some classes for them, right? And then they started asking me how I would set it up and what I would do in order. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Get the cheat code, and then they don't return phone calls.
Yeah, I specifically didn't answer to. I was like, yeah, I'm more than happy to discuss this later.
Yeah.
It is how it is. Gotta be real careful. Somebody on the Twitter thread was like, have you ever been in a tech interview for like a programmer where they ask you way too specific of a question on how you would solve a problem?
Mm-hmm.
And then you realize that they're just harvesting your problem solving skills?
Yeah.
And it's so true. So true. Like, that happens all the time.
We've been having problems with this all week. Thank you.
I ended up not answering, and they offered to pay me for consultation. I'm like, okay, so we're both clear now that that's what you wanted.
Exactly.
What you wanted was that, and then the kind of the penny drops, so to speak.
Bye, Ashley. Thank you for stopping in.
Bye, Ashley.
See you, Ash.
But yeah, never do stuff for free, kids.
Yes.
Like, just in general, like, make them pay or build your own equity somewhere else. Like, I tell my mentees this all the time. I don't know if you guys agree. That's a slightly different polemic topic, right? Like, let's say you have two options. One is to work at a startup or something for free for 3 months, let's say. You can put that on your resume. Or you can spend those 3 months building something for yourself, be it a portfolio piece, NFT, game, whatever. It's a real tough decision, right? But one has you being taken advantage of. The other has you building something that you own, that you can resell, that you can showcase. I've had people in my mentorship, like, I don't like using their examples too closely because, like, not good, but like, that do free work with the promise of exposure. Oh, but not until 3 years from now if the game gets released.
Right.
Good luck, kids. I don't know. I have a very bitter relationship with exploitation in the free work situation. And I consider even, like, most art tests to be free work if the company gets to use it.
I had somebody that hit me up for an art test for something like maybe like 10 years ago. And I was like, are you kidding me right now, man? Like, just go to my website. I have a ton of stuff on there. There's different clients. If I don't have the style on there that you're looking for, then, show me what you're looking for and we can work on it when I take the job. But no, I ain't doing a damn art test.
Mm-hmm.
I have no problems with art tests. I just have a problem with doing an art test before we have a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Bradley, your opinion would change after you've been doing it for a number of years and had a whole lot of experience under your belt. If somebody came to you at 50 years old and said, "Hey, Bradley, do an art test," what would you
I
tell
would do
them?
it.
You'd be like,
I would do it.
you suck,
I
dude.
don't
Well,
think you would.
well,
You would not. No, you wouldn't.
You would be offended.
You would be
How
offended.
dare
And
you.
rightfully so.
would.
Rightfully so.
Probably would. Probably
It's
would.
offensive, right? Like, you have a track record, you have work on the internet, you've obviously had success pleasing your clients for years, right? What makes them so special that you couldn't do a good job for them, you know?
Right.
I've seen you done 40 million Hulk statues, but mine is special. Like, I don't know
Yeah.
if you can pull it off. Like, what
Exactly.
is going on?
Exactly.
But that's, again, like, only like when we're older and stuff, but still.
But you have a right to be offended at that point, I think.
Yeah. At least offended, maybe do it begrudgingly.
Shit. I didn't get that job. It was weird.
One of the only times I've done a test. Oh God, it's one of those stories that you guys make fun of me for. The only times I've been forced to do a tech test, like that's more the tech side. Like, you don't do an art test as much. You just kind of like do some coding, like whiteboarding or whatever in front of them.
Mhm.
It was an Unreal. I asked the guy a question just like to clarify something. He got impatient, took over, did the test for me, and then I
Word.
passed it. It was nice.
Well, listen, Anna. We have a
You know,
very similar-
that
we have a
probably
very
wouldn't
similar
work for
story.
everyone. That probably wouldn't work for everyone.
Listen, when you're a very, very
That's what
attractive
I'm
person like
saying.
myself, I'm just saying, people do things for me. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know why they're doing things for you, but it's usually because of my looks that people are just like, "Hey, I'm just going to take this test because you're taking too long, Mike. You got an A. Now get out of here, you handsome devil, you."
I'll see you on Monday.
I'll see you on Monday.
And also, here's more money than you asked for.
Yeah, exactly. Here's more. Damn it. Do better next time.
So normally I would say it's whatever I got was due to strategy or whatever. Like, this one was just not that at all. It was either
Of course
dumb
she's
luck
impatient.
or guy
They were late.
Take the
dude
job.
being impatient. Yeah,
They
I
were
took
late for
the
lunch.
job.
I took the job. Yeah,
Late for
I
lunch.
got offered the
and-
job and I took it. Yeah, it's nice.
You'll have one person like, "I'm not taking this on principle." It's
How
like,
dare
no,
you take this?
no,
How
no.
dare you ace this test for me?
Yeah, like, I'm going to take advantage of every advantage I have. Thank you. Thank you. I'll see you on Monday.
That's right.
Bring me a sandwich while you're at it.
I'd like a corner
Yeah,
office, please.
forgot,
Thank you very
I
much.
forgot to ask him to get me a sandwich. I need to step up my game. Yeah, that's funny. That literally did happen.
Of course it did. I had $1 for every time that happened to me. That was $1.
Yeah. But whenever I got hired at school, they made me. Every faculty does this. They make you do like a lecture, and they invite everybody on campus. Not everybody goes, of course, but they make you do a lecture, and yeah, it goes from there. I got really grilled at my lecture.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
Let me
Whenever
guess,
I
it
started
went
working at
something like
school-
this. "Hey Anna, what'd you have for breakfast this morning?" "All right, get out of here, you crazy kid."
No,
I'm sorry.
no,
I'm sorry we're so rough on
actually-
you.
Actually, no. I got grilled really hard for that one. They were judging me and like unsure about me because I didn't do AAA development and entertainment stuff in general, but especially AAA. And that was a major thing for them that they did not appreciate.
But they hired you though, right?
Yeah, they hired me.
Yeah.
Point is moot. It's a moot point.
I don't think. I think they
We
did
really
appreciate
don't
you.
like that this happened. Okay, you're hired.
Yeah.
They'll do
Done
it
a
again.
lot to
Anna.
help with my like self-judgment, I guess. Turns out things don't need to be perfect, I guess.
No, they do. For everyone else, they do have to be perfect.
Yes, like
100%. They would have sent Bradley and I packing.
Yeah, it's like,
Hey, Mike, have you worked at a AAA company? No, I haven't. All right, get the hell out of here. You suck, and we don't validate the parking either. Just go.
yeah.
Go. Okay. What about
Furthermore, if you park on campus wrong, they just give you a ticket. So that's the whole thing. You probably get a ticket too out of it.
Anna? Okay. Have you ever gotten a ticket in life?
Yeah, I mean, I got a ticket at the campus, and one reckless driving incident.
Okay, now I'm interested. Tell me about that.
I've gotten two tickets, both in Louisiana, because so I would drive a lot between Texas and Louisiana, and Texas is a free for all. Nobody cares. Like the cops will like cut you off and like pass you if you're going lower than like 15
slow?
over, right? Like
Yeah.
15 over is slow. But then you cross the border into Louisiana where that is not the case. And you're like on that Texas tempo and then you get stopped. Like this is like a whole thing that happens to a lot of people. So I may or may not have gotten stopped for going around 29 miles over the limit at one point, and the cop thought that was funny, and then he gave me a ticket. Oh, I learned something about cops and masculinity through these tickets. Okay, this is a conspiracy I have.
Okay.
I mean, I am 5'10". That's pretty tall for like a woman, especially, right? Not necessarily Brazilian one because the average there is taller, I guess. But still, every cop that's ever written me up for anything puts in that I'm between 5'5" and 5'7", which is much shorter than I am. 5'5" is, much shorter than 5'10", right? And I always think it's masculinity thing, and I might be reading too much into it, but I think it's a masculinity thing of them like overestimating their own height and not liking that a woman is 5'10". Subconsciously,
wait a minute.
On
tickets they put your height?
They do.
How do they
Louisiana.
know? How do they know?
They didn't ask. They just put it on there.
Well, your height is also on your driver's license. It's on your driver's license.
Yeah, it should be on your driver's license.
It's right on my driver's license. It says 5'10".
I'm actually challenging that you're 5'10" because I've actually stood next to you, and I don't think you're that tall.
I am 5'10". Here, I have proof.
Challenge accepted.
I have a tape measure within arm's reach.
Here it goes. See, Bradley, you messed up now. You messed up now.
It's not as tall as me.
I'm trying to remember. Were you taller than me when I met you?
I mean, I grew. So.
No, you didn't.
Bradley's masculinity won't let him believe he's shorter than you. See?
But also I slouch a little, but not a lot.
I'm 6'1", Anna, so I'm not offended. I'm not.
My whole torso is here, so that's I don't know how long that is. Yeah, this is unhelpful. I don't know how to measure myself properly. Okay, so this is 16 inches.
We took a picture. Now that I remember, I think you did lean down to take a picture.
You're a very small man, Bradley.
I'm 5'6". You know, I'm 5'6".
See, it's not 5'10".
I think it's wrong. Is that U.S. measurement? Is that U.S. measurement or Brazilian measurement?
Is that Canadian dollars? Because it doesn't count if it is.
It's American measurements. I'm 178, I think, centimeters.
I'm short. All right, it's okay. I don't have a problem with it. I don't have a problem with it at all.
When we have the Stylus League alumni get together, we will have Bradley stand in front of all of us for the group photo. Anna, there you go.
Like Bradley, why
tall.
are you kneeling? You don't have to kneel.
I'm tall.
You know,
Yeah.
I'm not kneeling, Mike. I'm standing up.
We're gonna get one of those. We're gonna get one of those airbrushed, like Mercedes backdrops that we can stand in front of.
What's an
I just ate
airbrush
myself.
Mercedes backdrop?
See, I knew it. Nobody would know what I was talking about. Forget it. Let's move on. Let's keep going. Back when I was young, that was what we did.
You know, like my wife, like when we were, I even joke. I still joke. I still joke about it today. I'm like, you just mad I'm not one of those big dudes you were used to. Tall dudes, all right?
How's that work out for you?
It's like I won, all right? I won, all right? You married me, I won.
That is
Take
true.
that bigger, take that tall dudes.
Take that tall guy.
Take that, I won.
Learn your place, tall guy.
Yeah, you'll
Okay.
hype me.
Oh no! Brief
Yeah, there you
intermission
go.
on my end here.
I
Yeah, I
mentors should be the same height.
stretched the spear and was punished.
But you did what now?
Because he rushed
Oh,
crashed
oh.
on me. All I did
God,
was
man,
like
sakes.
open up a new tool that was a sphere and made it longer.
I have not saved since I don't know when.
Save. I have not saved.
Oh,
in a
Anna, let me ask you a
while.
question. Have you had any issues with BPR taking a really long time to render on a file that wasn't like especially huge? I've got a file that just started acting weird now, and if I try to do a BPR render, it just like hangs and takes a really, really long time.
Not necessarily. But I guess it has been taking a little longer than usual.
I don't know if I should
I don't know
downgrade.
though. I have like 14 different versions of ZBrush on my computer currently.
Yeah.
Why?
It's almost too much. I get a little like afraid of creating the old one. Yeah.
To fix the weights on this because it's smushing the face.
I had something else I wanted to bring up to you guys today, but I
Bite?
did not write it down, and that's a problem for me.
I like that you take notes.
Oh yeah. I mean, when I remember, and if I don't take notes, it's gone forever.
Take note, Mike.
I'm taking note of the situation.
Taking note.
Oops.
I was telling Bradley the other day, like, I can't even be interrupted now or I completely forget what it was I wanted to talk about. Like, I'm there now.
I mean,
good.
I'm there now as well. It's not good. Pretty bad. A student of mine this week brought up like, hey Anna, when I was on the stream this weekend and I brought this up and we talked about this topic, like, what do you think about this? And I'm like, I streamed this weekend. You were there. We talked, and then he like continued to like progressively describe more and more. And I was like, there is no way that happened. I do not remember that, not one bit. And this was 2 days after the stream.
Wow. Now,
Nailed it.
I've had like knockdown, drag out arguments because I will have a conversation and not be present for it. Like I'll go through the whole motion, but not really be paying attention. And then I get called for it later on. And I'm like, what are you even talking about? That didn't happen. Like there was a time when my boss, I was working for a company and my boss literally got me one of those little voice recorder things. And he's like, we're not having meetings unless you record this. Because I was just like, yeah, man, you just making up stuff right now. and he was right. I was wrong. That was embarrassing.
I do that with my husband, but I'm the one that causes the problem. So I'm also the one who has him record so that we don't have a problem. Because like we have this recurring fight, right?
Mhm.
Every time we go on a road trip,
It's not a fight. It's a disagreement.
Discussion.
recurring disagreement.
Heated.
Every time I go on a road trip together, I think he said one time that we have to leave, and he says he said a different time.
Hmm.
And there's no proof either way of who's right.
Okay.
He's
So
right.
I've started every time. I don't want to say that out loud. Maybe he's right. I don't know. I'm not that convicted of the fact that I'm right. You know what I mean?
Mhm. Mhm.
Anyway, so I've started every single time we go on a road trip. When as soon as he tells me the time, I'm like, text me that, so it's in
Right.
writing, right?
Yeah.
And then we've never had a fight again ever since then. Partially because I remember to check the text, partially because he doesn't change the time on me, which is
There you go.
what I'm assuming he does.
Yeah.
And also,
before that, he was
right.
actually. Well, before that, he was changing the time every time.
It's like
He's gaslighting
me
you,
or
Anna.
something.
He's
Yeah.
gaslighting you. Don't go for it.
Like, hey, we're leaving on time. It's 10:30. He goes, we agreed to leave at 10. Shit.
I didn't even say I was going on this trip. What are you talking about?
There's a trip today. Oh no. But you know how it is, like, like it's like a stereotype that like dads specifically get angry on road trips. You know that stereotype?
Yeah.
Just because
You actually,
people
you're the one that gets
just because
angry.
people
Is
like
that-
to leave on time doesn't mean that they're angry. They just like to leave on time.
So I'll tell you what's a stereotype that I never had a problem with is asking for directions. Like, I know that that's some man business. Like, I'm never going to ask for directions, but I was like, I'll ask. Whatever. I'm lost. I'm lost AF. Where am I even? And I don't feel bad
You
about
better
it at
than
all.
me. I'll be like, we're lost because you didn't help.
See, Bradley's
Oh,
the
God.
problem. He's pushing that
Yeah.
stereotype.
Like, if you would have helped, we wouldn't be lost. Now we're gonna be lost until we figured it out together.
God, that's chaotic. I like that.
You know what I always go back to, Mike? Like, you're supposed to be my kid cloud kicker, all right? I'm Baloo. You're a kid cloud kicker. You're sitting in the passenger seat. You're supposed to tell me where I'm going, all right? Tailspin.
I was gonna say Darkwing Duck, but okay. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
And I also don't like when everybody's in their phone while I'm driving, and no one's entertaining me. All right. If I'm driving, you have to entertain me. Don't be entertained.
Great.
The only thing that I get weird about is music. Like, I feel like if I'm driving, I should kind of have a say in the music. That's just me.
Control the music, right?
I should be able to control the music. And
Just play
I
like
remember,
an awful audiobook.
Oh my gosh. Well, that I like. I like audiobooks on long trips. But I remember my kids were playing something one time, and I'm just like, okay, first of all, I don't even like this music. I don't even know what's going on right now. I'm assuming this is rap, but it's nothing I know. And they treated me like I was the old guy in the car. I don't like that.
Probably because you were in the car.
Huh? What's that?
Probably. I didn't say. You know what? You know what?
Bradley's about to be disconnected here.
Do you have a what's good? Do you have a what's good for today? We're late.
Show your face and say that, Bradley. Why don't you show your face and say that?
Do you have a what's good? Do you have a what's good for tonight? What's your what's good?
Let's let Anna go first for what's good.
So what's good is something I've been watching, right?
Anything. It could be anything you feel is good. We have a low bar on the Stylus League.
I've been watching. I've been watching certain TikToks on the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trials. So that's.
Oh no.
It's not good. Like it's not good. It's
is it cringy?
Not good as far. No. So not good as far as you're leaning a certain kind of way. Not good because the facts currently presented to you seems to paint a certain picture.
I don't know. Like honestly, I went into it thinking that they were both in the wrong and probably mutually abusing each other.
Uh-huh.
And then I kind of still think that.
Really?
Hmm.
You think that?
I think there's no saint in this story, and everybody's trying to
I
be the
don't.
saint.
I
But there's
don't
I-
think there's a say.
I'm going to go out on a limb here. Now, I've asked this question to a particular woman that I know in my sphere of influence, who thought at first Johnny Depp was at fault. And then after all of this video came out, thought, hey, what else is going on in the world? Let's talk about something else. What else is, you know what? I feel like he's probably not a good guy either. He looks dirty. He should probably take a bath. And I'm like, what just happened right now? What just happened? So I would like for a woman to say, you know what? He's not the bad guy in this one. I haven't heard it
I'm
yet.
not sure. I can't say for sure
Haven't heard it
either
yet.
way. Like I think she looks way worse than him right now. I think
I'll
she's
take
just as
that.
abusive as he is, if not more. I don't know. There's no, as far as I can tell, no proof that he ever hit her, and I believe that so far.
Can we say he's not Mel Gibson? And I'll leave it alone. If you just
Yeah.
agree that he's not Mel
No,
Gibson.
I agree. Like,
Okay.
I agree that he probably never hit her. I agree that she did hit him, and nobody cares, right? Like, because she was the woman, whatever. Like, allegedly cut off his finger, and like everybody's like, oh, but you know what? He was drunk.
He's got 9 more.
You know?
He's got 9 more.
Yeah. But like, I definitely also think that I don't know the story, and I think that they made each other worse as well.
Oh, I'm sure that they probably did. There's
There's
probably
like-
trouble in there.
I used to see somebody who like brought out the worst in me, and it's like it can get away from me real fast, in my opinion. Like,
So I'll say this.
not finger cutting
I'll say this.
for the rest.
At the very least, it exposes that women could do some mean stuff too. That's all I ever want. Like I just want the world to see that women can do some mean stuff too, and that's cool. All right, that's it. I don't care who's right or wrong. I just want it to be known that women can do some mean stuff. All right.
I think we should change the subject. We're on dangerous territory here. Listen, I think Lorena
How is it
Bobbitt let us
dangerous?
all know that women can be grimy as men.
They forgot about Lorena.
You remember Lorena?
I don't know.
You know who
that
didn't
is.
forget about
I've never
Lorena?
heard of it.
The husband didn't forget about
What?
Lorena.
Who's that?
Yeah, Google that sometime. I don't even want to talk about who she is. It was scary what happened. Worst case, let's put it this way: worst case scenario for a man and a woman in a relationship. You can imagine what that is.
I already know what it is.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right. Thank you.
Like
was
just right off the bat, I think I already
Yeah, see,
know.
that's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say. Was he a good person? No, but that's kind of harsh. That's kind of harsh.
I can think of some scenarios where it's more good.
wasn't using it.
Anyway, yeah, that's what's good for me. Also, summer vacation.
It's the weirdest what's good ever, I think.
it's like, and that's what's good.
I forgot we were even
So,
talking about what's good.
Summer vacation begins for me and all my students next week.
Nice. What are you gonna do? Any plans?
Work more, but on different
Okay.
things.
Do you have vacations? And if so, what do you do?
Just what? Are you asking me or the public?
I'm asking you. That was for
Yes, I have vacation. What do you mean by vacation?
It's like, was that a challenge question? Like,
you. Oh, I honestly want to know. You sound like you
Like,
don't really take a whole lot of breaks.
I do sometimes. Normally, because I have to. I would say that I'm a very go with the flow, feel out my mindset person. I'll take breaks if I feel like I need to. I won't if I feel like I don't need to. Just listen to my body and stuff. It's part of why I don't want to take freelance clients right now. Because I don't want to be like beheld to deadlines and things like that.
Okay.
But right now I'm on a work streak, so to speak. Like I am going hard. hard, like really bad. But only because I want to. So I'm hoping that whole staves off the burnout, so to speak.
Okay.
What else? But I like to work. So for me, working doesn't feel so bad. You know what I mean? Like I take vacation sometimes, and sometimes I work in the vacation.
Okay.
But yeah, I have this whole summer off, so like I'm going to do some summer courses, but also like publish new things, kind of try to move the business forward, finish the book, things like that. So I have like a bunch of like work plans during the summer,
Are there any
but
pieces of
hopefully
software
enjoy.
you want to learn during your downtime?
Yeah, I actually have plans. I'm gonna learn Cinema 4D and Redshift.
Okay.
I've remember when I said that a bunch of people like offered to teach me. I'm gonna take
Yeah, I
them up on
remember.
that. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay.
like I already even have a meeting scheduled ish. So I'm gonna learn those things because honestly, like after talking to Maxon, like I decided that it would be really fucking cool to be able to like, let's say for example, I've been making cryptids for TikTok, right? Like I don't know if you
Mhm.
guys ever saw my TikTok, but I do that,
Mhm.
and
Wait, what is
I
that?
TikTok
No, cryptics. What is crypt?
cryptids like folkloric creatures or like urban legends
Oh,
and stuff
okay.
like that. Basically, I've come to know the definition very well because every video I make, people tell me it's not a cryptid, but basically, like a creature that's been supposedly sighted but not confirmed by science is the gist of it.
Like Bigfoots.
Um, yeah, like Bigfoot, Yeti, stuff like that. Um, so it would be so much cooler to like set up an environment in Cinema 4D or something like trees and stuff and like Quixel and whatnot, and do like some better renders and like fly throughs, have the creature actually come towards the camera or the camera towards the creature, make something way
Yeah.
cooler than right now. Like I've been doing ZBrush to Photoshop, and
Yeah.
it ain't looking so hot.
See, I'm with you. How about this? Let's learn together because I'm in the same position where I don't have any. I'm gonna glom off of your dream here. I don't have any problem with the sculpting part. Like I'm good with that, but I really feel like my rendering game needs to be stepped way up, right? So like the stuff that Bradley does, where he goes in Substance Painter and makes like these really nice, texturing and everything, and then he'll take it into Toolbag or whatever and do his renders. Like that's what I want to do with my guys. So I would like to take this opportunity to just kind of, I don't know, whatever you're doing. Can I do some of that too? I want that too. I want to do the same thing.
Let's do it. I mean, why not? If I'm gonna be being taught from scratch, like I could get you into the meetings.
See what I did there, Bradley? Did you see what I did there?
I have full support. You will frustrate them too.
That was some Jedi mind trickery right there.
It worked though.
What,
Oh.
just asking for what you want and getting it?
Yes, that never
That's not-
happens with me. That's not the way the world works, and I'm trying to tell you. People tell you
how
no.
some world works. There's this saying in Brazil, "Quem não chora
Yeah.
não mama."
Okay.
I'll
What does
let
that
you
mean?
sit on that one. I'm just gonna let you have to figure that one out on your own.
So we have one here that's what is it?
You bet.
Close mouth. Bradley, come on, man. What are you doing?
I'm laughing.
Closed mouths don't get fed. Closed mouths don't get fed here. There you
Squeaky
go.
wheel gets the grease.
That's
Another
true.
one.
That's true.
The Brazilian one is who doesn't cry doesn't get fed. So it's basically like for babies, baby that doesn't cry, nobody's gonna notice it's hungry. You know what I mean?
I cry all the time, as you can tell. I need to cry less. I'm eating too much over here. That's the problem.
You like I'm gonna put this out there. Like you would be surprised how much you can be given if you just ask. There's this Marina and the Diamonds song where it's called Prima Donna Girl. And she says, get what I want because I ask for it, not because I'm really that deserving of it. And I'm like, I'm gonna try that. And it's like it turns out it's okay to ask people for things, like as long as you're not like crazy entitled or annoying, you know what I mean? And
Well,
you might even get him, you know,
that's
and you
cool.
can't
So
really
let me
lose
try that.
anything.
Let me try that.
Bradley,
Let me try
ask
that.
me for something. Bradley, ask me for something.
Mike.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can I get that Iron Man in the back?
No, son. Don't even come around here with that bullshit. No, you can't have it.
That's different.
But I like
You're
your
trying to take
energy.
something away from him.
I like your energy
like
though.
hear me out. Like
Anna, ask me for my Iron Man.
I don't want your Iron Man. Okay, I want your Iron Man.
Just ask.
Please,
Just
can I
say,
have
hey,
your Iron Man?
Okay, what's your address? See, it's not the same for you and me, Bradley.
Yes,
we're not cut from the same cloth. Doesn't work that way. And I love that Iron Man. Okay, what's your
I will
what's
take
good,
care
Bradley?
of it.
Because we didn't.
Now I know the limit is the sky.
Shoot. No, just have Anna ask for it. There you go.
Yeah,
What's good, Bradley?
What's good? My son is 14 years old, and he's going to high school next year. And tonight is the first time that he is out by himself.
Oh man!
At the theme park, and he gets back at 1 a.m. So he's at his first grown up away from mom and dad moment right now. So
that's dope. So that is good.
I'm a little concerned. And I can't. I pick him up at 1 o'clock, and I'm praying that he's safe and he's having a good time. And the last time he wrote us, he was drinking butterbeer.
Wait, what? What is that?
Butterbeer from the Harry Potter ride at
It's like ginger soda and whipped cream.
Yikes! That sounds disgusting. Sounds gross. A little
disgusting.
Don't do that.
But it's special because they only sell it there, I think.
Yeah, they only sell it there. So he's like, yeah.
Okay.
It doesn't have alcohol, unfortunately.
Well, congrats to you. That's a landmark.
But I'm concerned that the first time he goes out, he wants to send us a picture of him having butterbeer. So that means that deep down inside, he wants to have a beer.
Oh, when he goes to college, it's all bets are off. Yeah. When he goes to college, it's gonna be all bad for you. Well, congrats on that. You want to know what my what's good is? What's your what's good, Mike? I'll tell you.
Good, Mike.
So I finally watched Taika Waititi's Our Flag Means Death on Hulu, and it is fantastic. I thought it was so funny. I'm a big fan.
It's on HBO Max. It's on HBO Max.
I'm sorry, you're right. It's on
HBO
HBO Max.
That.
Yeah. I'm a giant fan of Taika Waititi's humor. I love What We Do in the Shadows, and I thought he was really funny in the Thor movie. Yeah, so you should watch it. Like Anna, if you know anybody with HBO Max, honestly, do yourself a favor.
Give me their password.
Okay, I'm sure you'll get 1,000 of them. She only needs one, you guys.
Hey, everyone, she only needs one.
Exactly.
I just got done watching What We Do in the Shadows, ironically.
You like it? The series?
I love it. The movie's amazing. Right? The series is not as good, in my opinion, but I still really liked it. I think I started watching it like a year ago or something like that, but it was right after I saw the movie and it felt really not good. But then I decided to continue recently, and I was like, enough time had elapsed since the movie, I think. It was really good.
So funny. What you said is exactly what I feel. Like, I love the movie so much that when the series came out, I didn't give it a chance the first time.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I watched it too. It's funny.
It was great. And I think I have a huge crush on Nandor now. So hopefully that goes away soon.
Okay. Bradley, what's your favorite Taika Waititi joint?
But if it doesn't...
Yeah, that's a problem.
I'll just ask him. I'll ask Twitter for his number.
Yeah.
Jeez. Yeah.
Who that again?
Come on, man.
Didn't he direct Thor Ragnarok?
He did.
So I like Thor Ragnarok.
He was. Okay, well that's fine.
Thor Ragnarok is the best Thor movie.
Yes.
I agree.
And also my favorite
the bar
Marvel
wasn't
movie.
really high. What?
Wait, and what?
Really?
What did you say?
Yeah, also my favorite Marvel movie.
It's high for me, but it's not my favorite. It's definitely high for me.
What's your
I'm judging.
favorite?
This is my judging face. Now I'm judging you.
Oh,
This is
so
judging.
if you really want to judge me, ask me what I think about Captain America.
Okay. What do you think about Captain America?
I hate Captain America. I think he
What?
sucks. He's the most boring white bread person and character I've ever seen. Just inflaming the chat. We're about to get 100 commenters.
Wait, what'd you say? What'd you just say, Anna? What'd you just say
like
about
him.
Captain America?
He's so boring. He's like
Hold up.
one
What'd you
note.
just say about Captain America?
He's one note.
Yeah. Well,
he's
it's
like
true.
not
He's a
dimensional.
Boy Scout.
Yeah, he's not dimensional. That's the
Okay.
thing. Like Thor has.
You don't like the nice guys. You don't like the nice guys.
I like Thor. I really like Ultron. He was the nicest guy.
Oh God.
It's okay.
You're doing this on purpose.
We're getting a full painting of Anna tonight.
I was almost with her, but when she said Ultron, now I know she's joking. All right.
She's just a big James Spader fan. That's
okay. Have you guys watched The Office?
Oh yeah, of course.
Some of it.
So you know that Robert California was Ultron, and Robert California was my favorite Office character.
That's just crazy. That's what you just said makes no sense.
Deep down,
I was with you until
me
that.
and him, I relate to him so much. Like there's a part of my soul that is Robert California shaped. Yeah.
Okay, that's
I think it's
weird.
just a relationship thing. But yeah. Anyway, I liked. I think Ragnarok is my favorite movie, but nothing compares to the chills that I got the first time I saw the first Avengers in the theaters.
Yeah.
That was cool. I didn't even know what it was about, but as soon as the logo came up, I got chills, and I was like, "Shoot, this is next level."
Have you seen?
I remember that.
Yeah.
Feeling.
So, Mike, what's your number one? What's your top one?
So, I can give you top 3. I can't do top 1.
No, she gave us her top 1, so you got
to. I can't. It's like, why don't you just ask me which one of my kids I love the best?
No, you got to pick one. Like
okay,
if you had to only pick one.
What's your least favorite?
Oh, that's easy. Least favorite.
Reverse engineer the list.
And it has to be a movie or just Marvel franchise?
No. In the Marvel, we're talking. Oh, I thought we were talking Marvel.
No, it is movie or Marvel anything. Can I talk Disney Plus stuff?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Okay, Moon Knight, least favorite.
I haven't seen that yet. You find something big and jump. All right.
No, you just stop it. Don't ask questions you don't want answers to.
Moonlight is great.
You're just saying that because you want Brad and Tony to like you. That's all that is.
That's true. It's important to me if they like me.
Okay.
I don't know what I hate. Which you know what? If I had to pick like a Blade Trinity is like probably the worst Marvel thing I hate, but
well, that's low hanging fruit. Of course it is.
Ultron is probably my number one disliked Age of Ultron, but my favorite.
But he's the best character, right?
I'll tell you, easy, and this is an easy one. You guys should get this. This is an easy one. Worst Marvel movie so far is the second Thor movie. Second Thor movie, without a doubt. You guys don't even remember it because it was so bad. No, elves.
Dark World.
That was silly. That was a silly ass movie, Bradley. Stop it.
No,
it was the worst.
No, Dark World was not the worst. The first Thor movie was the worst.
The first Thor movie is very bad also.
Dark World to me is worse.
I really liked the WandaVision show.
WandaVision was good.
I like that.
WandaVision was
and it tugged at my heartstrings, like I was like feeling bad the whole time. I cried.
I agree. I 100% agree.
Yeah,
100%
but it was like a good
Captain Marvel. Oh, that's you guys are misogynistic. I'm gonna call you out. Hannibal.
Captain Marvel.
People give Captain Marvel a really hard way to go. I didn't think it was that bad, actually, you guys.
I think the actress rubbed people wrong right off the bat.
She did, of course.
And
Brie Larson is not
biased the world against her, which was already easy to do because she's a woman.
Whoa! Really? It was a bad movie. Why you gotta go there?
I didn't.
It didn't.
I started watching it. It was boring.
Help.
I stopped watching.
I thought. Listen, it didn't help that she was on her He-Man woman hating or He-Woman man hating interview junket for the movie. Like that was crazy. Just do the interviews. But I thought the movie was fine. I think she's a fine actress. People give her too much of a hard way to go. That's just me.
Best Marvel. My favorite Marvel movie is Winter Soldier.
Oh my god.
That's my number one.
Who said that?
Winter
Somebody in the
Soldier.
chat said that?
No, that's
Block
mine.
him.
I'm saying
Block
that's
him.
mine.
Block
That's
whoever
my,
said that. Oh wait, you said that?
You may block
I'm gonna
myself.
go get a drink.
Yes.
I'll be right back, and then we can discuss why you like the Winter Soldier, because
All
I would
day.
like to be enlightened.
Because he had a pretty arm, Anna.
So
I'm gonna
here's the thing.
spoiler
Here's the
alert.
thing.
His arm was
Okay,
shiny.
before I go, I'm gonna leave you with this.
Okay.
Captain America is like the most like boring one-note character. Bucky is boring in one note but grungy. Like the two together are like a yin and yang of being boring.
I'm gonna tell you why Bradley. Before you even get a chance to get your drink, I'll tell you why Bradley likes the Winter Soldier the best.
Why are you
Because
gonna tell me what I like?
I'm gonna tell you. I'm telling Anna. I'm gonna mansplain this shit for Anna right now. You ready for this?
Yeah.
Because Bradley happened to work on something, and we're not going to get into detail as to what it was. He worked on something that Sebastian Stan starred in. That's why he likes the Winter Soldier. End of story.
No, he's a lovely actor and very charismatic.
No.
All right.
No, that's funny. I like that though. You found a way to plug that. I appreciate.
How are you gonna like the Winter Soldier better than Black Panther? You weirdo.
Black Panther is amazing. Yeah, Black Panther is so good.
Winter Soldier changed the tone of all the Marvel movies thereafter. That's why.
What?
It did.
What?
I
don't even understand what you're talking about.
I'm sorry. Let me say it where you understand. Winter Soldier changed the tone. I just talk loud.
Well, listen, I can't argue with the cadence of your voice. I can't argue with that. Now I understand what you're saying. Listen, if that's the case, then let's talk about Blade, because without Blade, there would be no Marvel MCU. All right, so just as long as we agree on that.
But not Blade Trinity. Blade Trinity was pretty.
No. The first one.
The second one was really good.
Guardians. Exactly. Thank you, Insane Pixel. Exactly.
No.
Yes, 100%. 100%. He's right.
No, you know what? You know what it's saying? You've been here all night. You just said something. You're just trying to go against me.
No, I'm not. Listen, Guardians of the Galaxy was way better than it had any rights to be. That movie was dope, and it's in my top 3. That's why I wanted to say 3. You wouldn't let me do it. So, take that, world.
I'm back.
Are you gonna stop talking craziness? Are you coming back to stop talking craziness?
Maybe if you explain to me what you like about the movie, I would appreciate it more.
I did. You didn't catch it? I'll say it again.
I was
Winter
gone.
Soldier changed the tone of every.
How so?
Like once.
How so? You can't just throw that out there.
It was more. I think it was better action. I think the storytelling got a lot deeper with Winter Soldier. I think when they move away, everything from the spy, it was a really good spy movie.
That was terrible. That was the one where they had that was the one where they kept coming after what's his name, right? They kept coming after Steve Rogers. He had to go undercover. Was that the one? I don't even know which movie that was.
Yeah.
Was that the one where they had the helicarriers running into each other?
Yes, that's it.
That movie sucked. That was terrible. It was a terrible movie, Bradley. How dare that be your best movie?
I'm going to Google real fast. Best rated Marvel movie.
It's not that one. That's easy.
I don't know how to take you right now.
Not that one. It's not that one. Just saying stuff.
One.
That's your Lil Wayne comment for the night. Okay, Mike, what's the
Black
top
Panther?
3? Thank you.
Top 1.
Thank you.
Then followed by Avengers Endgame, Spider-Man No Way Home, Iron Man the original, Thor Ragnarok number 5. Oh, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings was good. I like that.
Oh, was it?
I like any movie that has like comedic relief in it, which is not something you really get with Captain America because he's funny or nice.
Eternal was better than Legend of the Ten Rings.
Then 7, Spider-Man Homecoming, and 8, Guardians of the Galaxy.
All right. I'm going to give you my top 3 since Al Nunez asked for it. My top 3, and not necessarily in this order because I can't put them in order for whatever reason. But Black Panther, Guardians, and probably Endgame. my top 3. And I can't, like I said,
Yeah.
don't know which one's better. You know what's not in my
Endgame
top
had
3?
2 parts,
Winter
right?
Soldier.
Endgame was the one that they died or came
Yeah,
back?
well, Endgame was the one where they did the last one, right?
He
Was
died.
it the last
The
one?
I think
last
they
Yeah.
one.
no they
No, that was
is it
the
the last
second to
one?
last.
What was the
That's my
last one?
Mm,
It was Endgame, and
Endgame.
then
I think Endgame is when they all died, right?
maybe I don't remember the name of the. Why do they have to have different names? Why can't they just say part 1 and part 2? Maybe it's not my favorite because I don't know the name of it.
Infinity
I
War
will.
was part 1. Santiago says Infinity War was part 1, so that means Endgame was part 2.
Yes,
Thank you,
you.
Santiago.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what Endgame really messed me up with, and I think it's the most stupidest thing that broke the continuity of everything. I just want to know, where did Captain America get the goddamn shield when he came back? All right, where did it come from in the timeline? Where did the shield come from? Makes no sense. He broke
I
his
have a lot of
shield in the
questions in
fight.
general.
Well, I mean, he went back in time, right?
Yeah, but you went back in time to restore everything so it didn't break time. So where did he get the damn shield from?
Well, if you're gonna do that, then you might as well say the same thing about Thor's hammer because he did the same deal, right? He
No,
went
but
back and
Thor
got
when
his.
stayed
he
alive, right? He got
yeah,
fat.
but when
But
he
he
went back in time, he brought the jewels and he had the hammer and he had his shield. He put everything back. But yet when he
right.
came back as an old man, he came back with the shield to give it to Bucky and Falcon. That
He
doesn't make any sense.
probably just. Hey man, don't be asking
Personally,
questions.
if I was the one writing these movies, I'd get confused too.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot to deal with, right? Like, a billion different timelines and things like that. Did you guys watch Loki?
I did watch
Yeah.
Loki.
I
Loki
feel
was
like
great.
that series was just a way to get around every question. They're like, timeline.
It's like
I tell
the
you,
shield timeline.
I'm very excited about the Multiverse of Madness, though. Like, if it weren't for this pesky pandemic, I would go see that in the theater.
I have a 1:15 appointment with it tomorrow.
Let me know how it
I'm
goes.
gonna go watch it because I hear that to watch the Avatar trailer, you need to go to that, right?
Ooh, the Avatar trailer's in it?
Yeah, I
I thought
hear rumors. Okay.
I thought I
That
saw
sounds
something
nice.
about that in Google this week. They didn't show that already online? No?
No, I couldn't find. Trust me, if it was online, I'd find it because I've been waiting for 12 years,
Big Avatar
10
fan, huh?
years at least. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I think I know why. I'm not gonna just
Why?
say it, but I think I know why.
Why?
Because the planet's a big Brazilian rainforest.
That
It's
was
the
too
only
easy.
sci-fi movie I could watch.
Guardians 1, Mike, Al. Of course, Guardians 1. Guardians 1, all day. 2 was pretty good, but 1 was game
Guardians
changing.
2 was a little
So the reason why I love Guardians 1
overplayed.
so much is because I was a giant Star Wars fan as a kid, and I still love Star Wars, kind of. But I saw the original Star Wars movie like 8 times, I think, in the theater. And Guardians scratched the itch for superheroes and Star Wars at the same time for me. It was like chocolate and peanut butter. So that's why I love it so much. And it was funny. Bradley Cooper, what? Come on.
Who's Bradley Cooper?
He was Rocket Raccoon. Rocket Raccoon is Bradley Cooper.
So Google that. Bradley Cooper.
So you
Oh,
haven't seen
that
any
guy.
of the
He played
what is it?
Voldemort.
The Hangover movies?
Wait, hold on. Let's stop tripping. Anna. That was clearly for your husband. That was clearly because your husband's in the background. She's like, Bradley Cooper, who's that? I don't know who that is. Let me Google and see who that person is. Come on.
No, I'm
Everybody knows who Bradley Cooper
serious.
is.
First of all,
You know who he
he's
was.
not here.
You
and
know who he was.
I just 5 minutes ago admitted to having a crush on Nandor, so obviously I wouldn't hide that.
Who's Bradley Cooper? Come on.
So what is your favorite, like the best CG or what, like when you saw a movie you were just like very impressed with
Avatar.
The Avatar. Avatar's it. Okay. What
How
about you,
about for
Mike?
you guys?
Interesting. That's a good question. Wait, at the time or still?
No, like like any like at the time, whatever.
So the
It gives you
one that
goosebumps when you
changed,
see it.
the one that still changed everything for me, and I think changed the industry as a whole, was the first Matrix. Like that changed. I had never seen anything like that in my life when I saw that. That whole bullet time thing and the concept of the movie to me was just so fresh that that's the movie that's always going to be my favorite as far as like effects go.
I oh, sorry, I don't mean to like Bradley. First, you tell us what yours is, and then I'll tell a story about my tricks VFX.
So for the longest time, it was Avatar for me until Alita Battle Angel. Like Alita Battle Angel for me was like probably the one that was like super cool.
All right.
I just
Like
really
that
like
too.
VFX. I cry at VFX. Do you guys know that? I'm not an overly emotional person, but every time Zootopia plays,
Okay.
have you guys seen Zootopia?
I haven't.
Yes, my daughter likes to watch that. Yes.
There's this scene in the very beginning with like a Shakira song where the little bunny is on a train and it goes through all of Zootopia and just like a ton of CGI. I cry every time. I've seen that movie 5 times. I cried 5 times at that scene. Just of like the showcasing of like what they can do, basically, is what that scene is. You know what I mean?
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
I
watch
gotta
it
watch
again and
this
see.
movie.
I'm gonna watch it again and I'm gonna see what feelings I have. That's the one with
When
the fox, right?
yeah,
And
the
the
Yeah.
fox and
rabbit.
bunny. Yeah.
Okay. And
Mhm.
yes. Okay.
Yeah. The Avatar movie, I got really confused the first time I saw it because I was not in CG yet, and I barely realized that CG, like consciously, I didn't even realize CG was a thing. Like, I didn't think about it, so to speak. And I got confused about which parts were CG and which parts were real. Like I was like, is everything CG in this movie? Like, are the actors real? Like, I was so confused as watching
We have
that,
a good.
and then I watched it
We have
five
a good
times in
question.
theaters.
I'm gonna put Zootopia on my list of. I will make sure I've watched that by the time we meet again, so I can either agree with you or judge you.
Okay. But I mean, it's a Disney movie. They tend to be good with their art, I think.
Yeah.
Right? This is not known for bad art.
So we have a
That's
question.
That's a good question.
It is a good question. So, what modern movie in the last 10 years has the worst overrated CG that isn't as good as people give it credit for? I'm thinking. I don't know.
Probably like The Hobbit.
What?
Okay,
You're doing this on
Hobbit
purpose.
is great.
You're doing this on purpose.
Wait, we're talking
You're
about
doing it on purpose.
CG.
Yeah, she said The Hobbit. Of all movies, I probably wouldn't have led with The Hobbit. Those are full-grown men that they're making small, all right?
They did that in Lord of the Rings. It's not that special.
Anna, I'll let you in on a secret. They didn't have big
Overrated,
ass
not
feet
worse.
either. They had
Overrated.
regular.
Most overrated, not worse. Most overrated.
Most overrated. I didn't like the CG in Eternals. I didn't watch Eternals, but also didn't like the CG in it. The suits that they wear look super like flat and weird. CG. Didn't particularly
I don't
like
know
that.
the answer to that.
I know that everybody hates the CG in Moon Knight because my assistant told me.
Not Bradley. He loves everything about the Moon Knight.
Moon Knight's amazing.
He loves it.
I will
It's his
tell
favorite.
you, when Spider-Man is putting on that suit that has, I think the Tony Stark's like nano suit was probably the worst CG. I'm not a big fan of the nano suit. Like, I think all the mechanical suit designs were way better than that nano suit that he put on, and it looked really CG.
The nano
And
suits
it's
don't
over.
look good. Like
Yeah, they don't look good at all.
they don't
Like
look
I'm
good
like,
at all.
that's
Not even
it's a
the
downgrade.
Iron Man one. Yeah.
The Black Panther had some shaky looking CG. I'm trying to think. Was the fight they had in the Wakanda, like on the train track thing, that was kind of sketchy, right? But
Yeah.
of all
I
the
think the
effects,
waterfall area as well.
you think so?
Real. Like it didn't look. It didn't look real to me. I was like, oh, like people are just falling off this waterfall, come back, and like it's just a little bit of water.
Hmm.
I don't know. I just didn't like that part.
I need options for the CG thing. That's harder than I thought it was going to be, and I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't even think it should be in there
Yeah,
as far as.
that's
I
one
don't
thing.
know.
Like
Whenever I saw
Man's
Aragorn
nano
the
suit
first
stands
time.
out. Aragon? Oh yeah, I remember Aragon. I liked
Yeah.
that movie.
Yeah, me too.
I don't know if this is 10 years ago, but what about Avatar: The Last Airbender? I mean, it was a crappy movie, but
I
were
don't
the
remember
effects
the
any good?
CGI in that. I don't remember.
He said overrated, so that means that people probably like it, but you think it's overrated. I don't think anyone liked anything about Airbender.
No,
Yeah,
I hear
not.
only bad things.
If we're talking about movies and overrated, I would say Tenet,
PG.
but the CG I thought in that was pretty good.
Tenet?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I need
that's
to get in the
when
loop. I don't know any of these things.
that's when everything's
Tenet.
going back in time, like they're going in reverse, right?
Yeah, that was the one by who's the guy who thinks he's
Will
smarter than
Smith.
everybody else? No. Well, the other guy who thinks he's smarter than everybody
He's
else.
doing stuff on purpose, Mike. He's doing.
Will Smith.
Will Smith had a movie where he did these
Oh, that
things.
movie was terrible.
Oh,
The one with Jaden
oh.
Smith. You're talking about what's the one with his son?
I actually like that.
That movie
one
was the
too.
Yeah,
worst
that
movie of
one.
all time.
Yeah.
But I don't
I
know
think-
that was 10 years ago. That might be outside the
What do you think
window.
about Gemini? Did you like the Gemini when he did the double, like the younger version of himself and older version of himself?
That had some bad shots too.
And there,
Christopher
whenever they
Nolan.
age anybody for
Yeah,
movies,
Christopher
it
Nolan.
tends to be a bad idea. Awful CGI normally. With like
Benjamin Button was great.
Benjamin Button. No, the CGI did not look good for that.
Somebody did.
I'm gonna go back and
Somebody
watch.
did
I
some-
thought it was pretty good.
Okay.
After
Ben-
Earth,
One of
yeah,
the
that's
Tony-
the movie with Will Smith.
Button.
After Earth.
After
Yeah.
Earth, yeah, that was
Son.
God. That was freaking
CGI.
horrible, man.
Horrible?
But you know what?
Out of all of Will
the-
Smith's movies, you think that's the horrible one?
After Earth? Money. What's
It's
his
not-
worst movie to you? What's his worst? Okay, there's a good question.
Wow.
What's the worst Will Smith movie ever? Wild Wild West. Okay, all right.
Wild
I have
Wild
not
West.
seen enough. I have not seen
All right,
any
Wild
well,
West.
at all. I like the one with the robots.
The Robot
And the
Spider?
one
Is
where
that your favorite?
he's going up
iRobot
against
was great.
yes, iRobot, and the one where he's in Legend.
Yeah, that was pretty good. That's good too.
Like you just named like his best movies.
Yeah, I mean those are good movies. I gotta tell you. And then
Okay,
after
Wild
that, I
Wild
only know him
West.
from like the comedy
Punching
thing
people,
that he did.
smacking people.
And yes, lately, well, that and like every time his wife disses him in public.
Yeah. I like your
Like seeing the memes of
work
that.
in open relationships.
No, that's one thing that like got to me, my sensibilities, is that like they specifically said that they're in an open relationship and everybody makes fun of him for staying with a woman that cheats on him. And I'm like, they specifically said they're in an open relationship. Like, did I only hear that?
I would be
Some
making
kind
fun
of
of him
cheating.
though. I would be like, I would probably like, man up, dog.
We can go into a whole other conversation about monogamy.
I'm not doing that.
Yeah,
Wise.
me neither.
That's wise. Do that after the show.
I
Off
would
air.
say like a lot of things that we take for the standard have no real reason to be the standard. You know what I mean? Just like whatever our
nope,
grandparents were doing.
Nope.
You know what I
I
mean?
have no. Nope. I do not know what you mean.
Nope.
Do not know. Don't. I have no idea what you mean. I have no
Anyway,
clue.
how about bad name actor here movies? Um,
Bad
Bad movies in
name.
general.
uh, let's see. I really don't like sci-fi, so like I struggle with like movie references. We've talked
Anna.
about this, I think, in the
We
past. I
have, and
think
I don't get it. I don't understand how somebody in
I find
FX
it
cannot like sci-fi.
charmless. I have to find things
Avatar
charming for
is
me to get
sci-fi
into it.
though.
Yeah,
It's the only sci-fi I can handle because it's mostly not sci-fi.
I Robot is sci-fi.
right.
Whenever I was watching the trailer for the new Avatar game,
Mhm.
and I was enjoying it, and then the robots came on screen, and I stopped enjoying it. That's how bad I don't like sci-fi. Or yeah.
You are a future phobe, which is okay. I just
Oh
don't know
yeah,
how
I
you can do
was
that
not a
with your job.
future phobe. I'm just saying, like, I just don't find the aesthetics and ideas of most sci-fi content to be appealing to me. It's either too dystopian or too controlled or charmless in general. You guys know what I mean when I say charmless? Like when we're
Yeah,
watching like
but
a nice
Yeah.
fantasy movie, it's like lady in a beautiful dress, little plants, birds singing, danger and dragons. It's like that's charming. And then we get
how much of
sci-fi.
that
It's
can
like
you?
sad hallway, sad people. Here's your bar of food for the day. Hmm. Pew pew
Okay,
guns. I don't like guns
okay,
either. So like,
okay, listeners. I know that is a movie that's a sci-fi movie that Anna will love that has charm and it's not dystopian. Please help me. Wanna-
I like this. This is a good challenge. Maybe I'll
Yeah,
watch
I
it by
know.
next week and we will
Yeah,
discuss it.
there you go. I know they're out there because I've seen them.
Like something like okay, the Terminator, right? It's sci-fi, but it's not too sci-fi. It's like set in the modern of the time world with a
Definition of sci-fi.
terrifying robot.
Well, but that's
I'm
dystopian.
okay with the terrifying robots. Drifter says she kind of right, no cap on this one. Hmm. No, it's not for me. I don't like modeling for sci-fi things. I've turned down full jobs because I don't want to do sci-fi. Um, have you seen Ridley Scott's Alien? So I don't mind the Alien movies.
Mhm.
They're not my favorite. I love the aliens. They're fucking great. I would watch a whole movie of just the aliens doing their thing in their own alien worlds.
Okay.
I love the aliens, that's for sure.
The only aliens I watch is Aliens versus Predator. Because
I
that's not scary
ironically
to
did
me.
not watch that one. Yeah.
Wait a minute. Bradley, you didn't see Aliens, the second Alien movie? Because
Like I've seen aliens, with the bald headed guy, like, in the water, telling the alien to come get him.
No, not the one with Charles S. Dutton. I'm talking about
Yeah.
the second Alien movie called Aliens. Have you seen that? Because that's the best Alien, I think, of all time.
That's
I
not the
saw all
Prometheus
the
stuff,
alien
right?
movies together, like in one fell swoop.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know the
That
difference
was
between
tough.
all of them. My little cousin, like we used to go to a farm. My uncle had a farm, and like we would go there and be like, no internet, no nothing for like a week. Just us mosquitoes and chickens. Um, and my little cousin brought 4 DVDs to the farm, and those were the only DVDs we had for that week, and they were all the Alien movies in order. And
Okay.
those
Tell
played
me.
in the
Couldn't do it.
TV from morning to night for many days in a row. It's a good time.
So,
Right
And you
outside the
like
bedroom
them?
too.
or
So
you?
like my family stayed in one bedroom, so like the TV was right outside the bedroom. So like even when we were going to sleep or waking up, we heard the aliens playing outside the bedroom. I liked them. I thought they were
Uh,
fine. Like they were probably as close to quote charming as you could get for a sci-fi movie, in my
Al says,
opinion.
how do you feel about Quiet Place 1 and 2?
Quiet Place. I like that. Right, that's the one with
John
that
Krasinski?
from The
John.
Office. Yeah,
Yeah.
I only watched the first one. I loved it. Loved it. But like the fact that it has aliens to me doesn't make it sci-fi. Or does it? Does it?
What about Rick and Morty?
There you go.
I hear
Insane
I'm gonna like
Pixel is
Rick
on
and
point
Morty.
tonight. Wait, have you not seen Rick and Morty?
No.
Wow.
I was once like that, and it is definitely worth a watch. Rick and Morty.
Yes.
Is good. It's on Hulu.
I had to talk Bradley into watching Rick and Morty, and then once he watched it, he was totally on board. So
I have a little bit of reservations for cartoons, like specifically cartoons that are made for adults.
that.
Okay,
But I like Bob's Burgers. Does that count?
What's that? I don't know.
Bob's
I've never
Burgers?
seen that one.
It's just a family of people that work at a restaurant, and they're kind of like normal.
Everybody loves Bob's Burgers except for me.
She's like, "It's a cartoon. They're normal." So adult cartoon. So I'm trying to think. So have you watched Invincible?
I don't know what that is.
Invincible on Amazon Prime. It's really good. Invincible. That's really. I don't know where we go from here. I don't know. We only
watched
we only
Disenchantment
have one more stream
on
to
Netflix.
fix this. Disenchantment. I don't know what that one is.
It's
there
like,
violence?
it looks-
Oh, that's not
it's
good.
some violence, yeah.
No, that's not good. That's
You don't
not
like
good.
that? I watched the first season.
Nope. It's not good. I'm telling you. I'm telling you what you like right now, and it's not that.
What?
Watch Rick and
we don't have
Morty,
enough time
season
to
1.
fix this. We only have one more stream, and I don't think we can fix this in time.
Oh, Bradley, we're doing a terrible, like, what are we doing, man? Like, we don't even look at the clock anymore.
I did look at the clock. I was letting everyone enjoy the conversation.
Okay.
It's a problematic conversation. I like it. I like bringing up divisive topics.
On that note, good night, everybody. What about Arcane? That's what I'm talking about. That's a good Arcane.
I would like to watch Arcane, but I'm probably gonna be like 1 or 2 years late.
No, you're gonna end tonight. You're gonna go watch episode 1, and then you'll binge watch it and tell us by next stream how great it is.
It's not sci-fi though, is it?
It
What's
is
that,
not
Arcane?
sci-fi. Arcane. No, it's not sci-fi.
Well, I'll tell you what is sci-fi, and it is basically just the princess story is Star Wars. Do you like Star Wars?
So, no.
like Star Wars.
Unfortunately, I don't like
None of the Star Warses?
I thought the best Star Wars was number 1.
The New Hope or the prequel stuff? Hopefully
Prequel.
the New Hope is which one. Really? What?
Yeah. So I used to have this boyfriend like way back in the day. I think I was like 20 years old. And he found out I had never watched Star Wars, so he made me watch it. First mistake. I don't like being made to do things, right?
I've heard.
But he said that it's better to watch it prequel to not prequel. So he had me watch 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't know how many there. I think it's 6, right?
Yeah.
Man, it's really not.
That didn't work out.
And here's the thing: like, I was already too old, and I should have watched the prequel, the non-prequels first. I think it would have been a better experience.
Agreed.
And then on top of that, we went to go watch the freaking new ones at later on. And I didn't like those. The only thing I've liked about what?
You probably burnt out by then, huh?
Yeah, it's not for me. But the only thing I liked was Rogue One, the robot.
Yeah,
the sarcastic robot.
That was a cool robot.
That was awesome. Yeah, I like that. See, like I can like some things.
You're allowed.
Yeah, I like the robot. I like a good sarcastic robot. It's why I like Ultron.
Wow, you're for real
doing
about
that on
Ultron.
purpose. No, she's
No,
not.
she's not. That's not a troll. I believe her now.
She's
I believe her,
no,
Bradley.
she's
I'm
polar.
not trolling you guys.
No.
I've
I
trolled
think
you a
it's-
lot tonight. It's very unclear when I do troll and when I don't. So
It is.
all night
I
I've
don't.
been going back and forth.
I'm
But I
questioning
do like
everything.
Ultron the robots.
I
It's
don't believe
exactly
you.
how I
Like,
feel. If I knew everything about humanity, I would also choose to eradicate it.
Good night, everyone. Thank you everyone for tuning in tonight. I have to go pick up my son. If you guys want to continue to stay in the room for this, you guys can.
Your son's
But
not
to
out of
be
there until
clear-
1 o'clock. That's no excuse. That's no excuse.
It's
Don't be
true.
using your son as an excuse.
It's true.
I have to go upstairs and spend some time with my wife as well.
I don't believe you.
Um,
I don't believe you. She's asleep
but
already. I know for a fact.
I'm going to be clear. You like Ultron the design, but not Ultron the movie.
I like Ultron the character, and I don't remember anything else that happened in the movie.
Okay, now we're good. All right, okay, I can see that. I can see that. Okay, all right.
Because he was a charming robot. Charm is important to me.
Somehow
Like
she likes
anybody who
James
rolls
Spader.
high in
I don't get
charisma.
it. I don't
What?
understand how you like James Spader, but okay. Did you like the Blacklist also?
And saying you're doing that shit on purpose, you're doing that shit on purpose, and saying Dragon Ball
Dragon
Z is the
Balls-
best thing ever.
Dragon Balls is bad. Dragon Balls is bad.
No, it's not.
That's Bradley's
I
most
watched all of
overrated
the-
sci-fi.
Anime,
Yes.
but not the
You think it's-
movie.
Oh, we're not talking about the movie. That doesn't even exist.
The anime is fine. It's hard to follow because I watched it on like public TV channels that like just play, and then like I would watch it every day when I was having lunch, and then I would miss like 3 episodes in a row, like because after lunch they would play more, and then
But
the
they were
next day I
still
watched it
charging
again at
up.
lunch.
Those 3 episodes, they were charging up for the fight, so you're fine. By the time you watched it, Goku was charged and he was ready to fight.
Yeah.
You know
But
my
I remember
favorite.
as like a younger person, I was really traumatized when that like I don't remember any of the names. So like the fat pink guy
That's Boo.
That's his name. That's his
Boo.
name. That pink guy.
punched off the head of a guy. Like grabbed him by the neck and like punched off his head.
Uh-huh.
And like that stuff scarred me.
Just so you know, that was edited for the American market.
Was it?
Yes, that was not televised unless you got like the actual like raw DVDs released for it, but they did not show that scene in American markets.
I mean,
Oh.
I'm much older now, and I still remember that one particular thing. So that's probably for the best.
Mhm.
But here's the thing. I really appreciate the fact that I grew up in Brazil and get to watch Brazilian media because it's like a whole other experience than here. You know, like the movie Cats. Now there is something that everybody
Mhm.
hated the CGI of. Movie
Yes.
Cats.
Yes.
That
So
might
I watched
have
it in
the-
Brazil. Did I
Here's
tell
the
you guys?
answer.
I think we talked about this last time we were here. That I watched it in
Yeah, we
Brazil,
did.
and it was the old version that got edited. That didn't get edited. The original version that was really bad.
Yeah.
But
So-
fun fact about me: I watched Cats the musical on DVD, probably 500 times. No joke.
Why?
Before I learned English.
Okay.
That's
And then
I could probably
And then after I
for
stopped-
that.
So my mom, when I was younger, my mom went to New York, and she was on a business trip. They took her to Cats for like one of the nights. She bought us the DVD. Came back to Brazil. She's like, "Kids, we got DVD for the Cats." So I put it on, and I was like mesmerized by Cats. At this point, I'm like 11 years old. Okay, so I wasn't like a toddler mesmerized by Cats. I was like a full-on like thinking kid mesmerized by Cats. I watched Cats so many times, and I didn't have no fucking clue what they were saying. Then eventually I stopped watching Cats. I learned English. And then I got back into Cats like a few years ago, right before the movie came
Uh-huh.
out. And I watched the whole musical on YouTube a few years ago as like a nice little ode to my younger self. And I still don't know what the heck they're talking about. I still don't. Turns out I
think-
missed nothing by not speaking English.
Yeah. You learned English for nothing. If that's
If only I
anything to
could
say
go
about
back.
it.
I was trying to learn for this movie.
Hmm.
But we definitely got a wrap for tonight, everyone. So
Well, let's
Thank you for
everybody show
joining
what
us.
they're. Wait. Show what you're doing
Oh, okay.
first. Come on, Bradley.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I made
I did a
this
lot.
skirt, and then I stopped working like 45 minutes ago.
And you were trolling at some point. You just decided you were done working.
I'm so tired. I literally
No.
like this vacation cannot come fast enough.
No, but thank you so much for hanging out with us. I had a good time tonight. We had a good time.
Yeah.
I had a good time, guys.
Have a great weekend.
Bye.
Bye.
Cool. All right. See you guys.